What's good? What's good, my peopleizations? What's good, my peopleizations? Let's talk about it. Tyson Fury whole team has been the GIF is up. It's up. The GIF's up. Okay. I personally think that at this point, the focus should be Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. The GIF's up, right? We now know that they're saying that his entire team, 10 members of his team tested positive. Okay? If 10 members of his team tested positive, 10 members of his team is what they said, right? I see they're not sending out my notifications again, huh? There's no focus, huh? There we go. 10 members of his team tested positive, according to the reports, right? So if 10 members of Tyson Fury team tested positive, what 10 members are there? What 10 members are there? Man, everybody just, what 10 members of the team is there? Dion Smith, Kashif Dixon, Green Sofa Music, Sharon Harris, Camel Page, Spaceman Films, Fly High 89, PM, Benjamin Harrington, Oak Park Boston, Chris Rob Media TV, Knuckle Up, Stormy B Man. Go subscribe to my brother Stormy B Man. Stu Baby Love TV, MP Dub TF, Daniel Johnson, Johnny Q, David the Real Thomas, Charles Plummer, Tony J, CB, Joe Horter, Just Joe King, True News Exposing the Blues, Stingy Loco, Dwayne Hunter, Tay Brown, Peace Blessings Queen, how you doing today? Jaquan Pickett, Little 95, Mob the One, Brandon Adam Perry, LLL, Les A.T. What's going on? Dr. Pablo Slag, Meech the Shredder, what's going on? So let's talk about this, right? Curtis Price, what's going on? LaJessica Burnham, Peace Blessings Queen, how you doing? Pull Counter Boston, what's going on? Hamilton Steel, what's going on? BK Don 718, Machiavelli Mafia, what's going on, great brother? So let's talk about this, right? So they told us that 10 members of his team tested positive. 10 members of his team. Samuel Greer, what's going on? Maurice Bridges, Will Gray, Xavier Martinez, what's going on? Megatron, Roll Money, what's going on? So they told us that 10 members of Tyson Fury team had tested positive. How many people does he have in his camp altogether? Ali Muhammad, what's going on? Paul Counter Boston, go subscribe to the great brother Paul Counter Boston. Go subscribe to Stormy B Man. It begs the question, right? How many people does Tyson Fury have in his camp? Destin T, Kerry Howard, Tiz Hall, Brown Squad Inc., Demar Horton, Little 95. What's going on? Right? If it's not Joseph Parker, it's not his strength and condition coach, it's not Jared Anderson, right? It's not his trainer in Sugar Hill, Will Latimer, what's going on? It's not his trainer in Sugar Hill, Sherman Callahan, James Silver, what's going on? It's not his trainer in Sugar Hill. It's not his sparring partners. Then who is it? James Silver, what's going on? Solo Production, my brother, what's going on? Then who is it? Ruben Prince, what's going on? Warren Goins, what's going on? Benny Blanco, what's going on? If it's not them, then who is it? Ruben Ponce, what's going on? Warren Goins, what's going on? Hero 973 from Yashua are born. What's going on, great brother? Phase 2 YouTube U-Book, what's going on? Right? So if it's not none of them, then who possibly could it be? First name, last name. Andre Davis, what's going on? I think the focus now should be Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. He clearly don't want the fight. He clearly is avoiding the fight. Right? You have to look at it, right? Right? Jesse R, what's going on? Let's look at it from this standpoint and say to ourselves, 61 Corvette TV, what's going on? And let's say to ourselves, J Digital, what's going on? Pokemon Go Fanatic, what's going on? Gary McGee, Chris, what's going on? Now let's look at it from this standpoint. King Bills, what's going on? They said 10 members of his team, including him, my brother Bish, be Megastar in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Bish, be Megastar. If you got sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, little kids, little cousins, friends with little kids, have them subscribe to KK Pinson TV. My brother Bish, please drop the link. T. Scott, Pull Counter Boxer, Boston Good, Tay Walker, Art Lanes, Aleem Nasir. Invest in yourself. Right? So they said it's Tyson Fury and 9 members of his team. Right? Tyson Fury and 9 members of his team. Abdul Amar, T.S. Sims, what's going on? Larry B, what's going on? B Hawk, what's going on? It's none of his sparring partners. It's not his trainer and his strength and conditioning coach. Jonathan Cook, RDs, what's going on? Mr. Knights, what's going on? It's not DOG215, what's going on? Big Block, what's going on? He said no notification. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Smash the like button, though. Let's get the likes all the way up. We got 100 likes. Let's get the likes all the way up. We got 100 likes. Let's get the likes all the way up. Elvis Narte, St. Louis Mick, my brother, what's going on? PMD 530, what's going on? Jumping Jacks, Albert Harper, what's going on? So now let's think about this, right? How many members in his team does he have? The important people, Moped Mosey, what's going on? Demetrius Bright, what's going on? We got 400 people. We should have 400 likes. Smash the like button. DP Rocker, my brother, what's going on? Fly High 89, brother in the super chat. Blue, he will not be fighting him. Come October, it will be, I need to take time off for mental. Called this once Wilder exercised the third fight. I agree. Dean's Controversy Boxing, what's going on? Scoop Baby, Scoop Baby Motivation. Underground Asylum, my brother, what's going on? Lavon Brooks, Andy Latimer, step your game up. What's going on? Yeah, smash the like button. So let's get the likes up. 450 people, let's get the likes up. James Silver, what's going on? So now think about this, right? Tiana Scott, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing today? They knew, and I got another video coming after this, right? Is Zeke Young, what's going on? They knew that they had to label Tyson Fury. Jay Ketchup, Beats by Country, what's going on? They had to label Tyson Fury. Shining Light, what's going on? Remember, I told y'all, when this first was announced, I said, they didn't say if it was Tyson Fury, we would have known this. Didn't I tell y'all that? Zane Z, what's going on? Right? I told y'all, if it was Tyson Fury, we would have known it was Tyson Fury right off the bat, right? Robert Brown, what's going on? So, no, they waited and then told us later, oh, yeah, it is Tyson Fury, right? Winning football, what's going on? As I told you guys with the Teofimo Lopez situation, when you're dealing with Teofimo Lopez, right, if it's him, you have to remove Teofimo Lopez. I mean, you have to remove the whole card. So if it's Tyson Fury, you're removing the whole card. Larry B, brother in the super chat. We haven't heard anything on the health of the sparring partners. I believe they signed. And so no, here's the thing, Larry B. We don't have to hear anything. We see it. What they say, I can show you better than I can tell you. So we don't have to hear it because we can see it, right? We see them out and about. We saw Joseph Parker at the UFC event. We saw Jared Big Baby Anderson running miles and just said that the fight got canceled. He didn't make nothing. He didn't make no mention of him testing positive. He was running miles and said the fight got canceled. Oh, well, I guess I got to wait till October. African Pride, Memphis, Tennessee. What's going on? So we already see. They don't have to tell us. Big Lake Show. What's going on? Johnny Q, Steven Taylor. What's going on? They don't have to tell us. We can see. Because guess what? Social media. See if Corey Mountain, what's going on? Kenny, what's going on? If it didn't affect you, Why you hiding? You're not gonna hide. So you're not gonna think in that manner because it don't involve you. But it do involve you because they involved you. Box Conversation, my brother Reggie Owens in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Box Conversation, Reggie Owens. Maurice Bridges, brother in the super chat, dropping that girl on your boy Blue in the super chat. Hope all is well, Blue. Today my birthday. I'm gonna head out early and go out with my girl, but showing love to the channel. Oh man, happy born day, great brother. Much blessings to you, many, 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 many more. Everybody salute my brother Maurice Bridges. Send him happy birthday wishes. Salute to you, great brother. Happy born day. Mr. Bungle, what's going on? Dwayne Jones, Sylvester Solomon, 2011, my brother. Corey Little, Truth Hurt Bad, what's going on? Armani Harris, what's going on? Seth Marie, what's going on? Smash the like button, man. We got 520 people. Let's get 520 likes. My brother's keeper. Invest in yourself. Ronald George. FaZe Tyson. What's going on? Real Top Cat. Mr. G. What's going on, great brother? Salute to Whittier, California. So here's the thing, right? So now let's look at it. Stu Baby Love TV. What's going on? So now Don King. What's going on? Nelson Armstrong. What's going on? So now let's look at it. They don't have to tell us anything. Arik Russell. What's going on? We saw Joseph Parker at UFC, and then he took it down. Fly Guy Indy, what's going on? Why did he take it down? Because he didn't realize it was going to have the domino effect. Because he's not involved. Sneezy Forster, what's going on? But he is involved. Jared Big Baby Anderson, right? Running, Marco Almighty, what's going on? Jogging, Miles, looking healthy, looking like nothing wrong, talking about the fight got canceled as if it don't have nothing to do with him. Johnny Cash, what's going on? James Galbraith, what's going on? Patrick Holmes, what's going on? As if it don't have nothing to do with him. He's jogging and saying he's just preparing for October. Vince Williams, what's going on? So it didn't involve him. TR, what's going on? So then they told us immediately it wasn't Sugar Hill, right? And now we know it wasn't his strength and condition coach because his strength and condition coach was just with Joseph Parker in a public gym hours after announcing that 9 people in the team tested positive. King Fire, what's going on? December, very own, what's going on? I know, what's going on? So we know it wasn't his strength and conditioning coach. So how many people, I'm asking y'all, does he have in his team? It's none of his sparring partners. It's not his trainer. It's not his strength and conditioning coach. So who is it? Stingy Loco, brother in Super Chat. Hey, Blue, do you think Wilder can take Fury back to court over this whole thing, duck tactic? I believe he can. And I believe he should. I believe the entire, the WBC needs to make a move. Lecce Puma Skills, what's going on? Sugar Fantastic, my brother in Super Chat. Great, appreciate you, great brother. Manuel Pettigrew, Big Zo, what's going on? Stingy Loco, I believe the WBC should take action. I believe that Deontay Wilder should take action. I think that everybody involved, because the writing is on the wall. The writing is right there on the wall. Butch Cassidy, what's going on? The writing is right there on the wall. If Adari T, Peace of Bless Queen, how you doing? If indeed they told us that it was 9 to 10 members of his team, so please, somebody tell me, how many people does he have in his team? Preparing for a guy that can't box. That you dominated. His dad is not here. He's in the UK. So who is it? Hamilton Steele, what's going on? So who is it? Who is it? Justin T, brother in the Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. Keep cooking old media with the facts, Blue. Appreciate you, King. I appreciate you, great brother. You motivate me, Destin T. Thank you. E-Man2537, what's going on? So now let's ask yourself this question, right? K Civic, what's going on? Where is ESPN reporting on this? Then they told us that Tyson Fury was headed back home. Stanley Gall, what's going on? Will Gray, what's going on? Now, how is he headed back home? Nevzat Bolik, what's going on? How can he head back home? How can he head back home if he's a confirmed case? How? Is he taking any type of form of public transportation? Larry B, brother, back in the Super Chat. The silence from old media is deafening. Shaking my head. No, it's expected. Larry B, we expect that. That's where we go wrong. Because we should just be, instead of coming here and saying, hey, Blue, Where you get your information? Now everybody should be asking. I told y'all last week we should be asking for the proof. Aline Miller says stop hating on Fury. Why you here? How you know what I did in the past? Wolf fight. What's going on? Not even a private jet, great brother. Let me ask you a question. Doesn't that put the pilot and everybody, the private jets, it still have to be people that have to interact with him at the private airport and the leaving and the private airport coming wherever he going. Seth Marie, what's going on? Hen Dog, what's going on? Andre Jefferson, what's going on? Keith Brunson, what's going on? And what about the pilot? What about Paul Graves 80? What's going on? What about the pilot? What about the people that's involved on that private plane? That private plane not sitting in his backyard. Usama Kasim, what's going on? Demetrius Abrams, what's going on? He said Tyson Fury will dominate Deontay Wilder. Make it happen. Sounds good, so make it happen. Sounds good, so make it happen. Sound like he don't want to fight. Sound like he ain't prepared. Drop mail to Don. Eagle City 56. What's going on? See, the thing is, we should expect that. Why would we expect them to actually say something about this? Salah Udine, what's going on? Constantine, Brother Adam, what's going on? Why would we expect them to actually say something about this? Kieran Alexis, what's going on? No, that's why we built our own platforms. That's why we built our own media. Claude Solomon, what's going on? The Raul Movie Fernandez, what's going on? Ahmad is Ahmad, my brother in the super chat, dropping that girl on your boy Blue in the super chat. Much love to you. No, this is what they want. Fimo Enna, what's going on? Salute to you, great brother in UK. So now ask yourself this question, right? How could this be possible? He just traveling around. His team members is at sporting events. At the very least, people, SG Pass, what's going on? At the very least, they came in contact with him. So they should be having to take precautions because they came in contact with him, right? Carl Payne in 19, what's going on? They came in contact with him. So at the very least, they should be taking precautions as well. Roderick Godbolt, what's going on? Right? Jackie Thornton, what's going on? GTD, what's going on? Isn't that how they do it? Everything else? Jeremy 2684, what's going on? Sugar fantastic, my brother in the super chat. The PBC and WBC sitting on their hands, shaking my head. Green Hulk Dunham, what's going on? New Man Phaeton, what's going on? Yeah, something needs to be. There needs to be something. Sub-Zero, what's going on? I'm confused. We see his team members. They out jogging, they training. Proud by BC, what's going on? See, my thing is this: if you told me that it was just Tyson Fury, Henry King, what's going on? Clarence McLean, what's going on? If you told me it was only Tyson Fury, that's more believable. The Rock 35, what's going on? Again, y'all ain't hear me. If you told me it was only Tyson Fury, it wasn't 10 other people. They used the words outbreak. DJ, what's going on? Did they not? To describe this situation, Ray Urol, what's going on? To describe what took place in Tyson Fury camp, they told us it was a what, people? What did they tell you took place? What did they say happened? D-Work 213, Sean Gibson, Don King, what's going on? Fight Night, what's going on? What did they tell you took place? Right? They told you, Levon Brooks, what's going on? They told you it was an outbreak, right? That means it was uncontrollably spreading through his team, right? That means everything involved has to be shut down, right? That means there need to be some borders around his team, right? Penn Wright's Men Talk, what's going on? So how is everybody out and about continuing life as usual without precautions? Mr. Nice, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a girl on your boy Blue in the super chat. They trying to freeze Wilder out. You called it the whole the whole Dillian Whyte mandatory Wilder win nonsense. Now Fury running and Joshua will not mention Wilder's name. Right. It's about the belt. The WBC should be taking action right now and saying, listen, this don't look right. This is what we're going to do. We're going to place you as champion in recess, like the WBA did Manny Pacquiao, for inactivity. We're placing you as champion in recess. Deontay Wilder's ready. We're going to place him as the interim champion, and Deontay Wilder can defend the title, go into an undisputed match, or defend it against Dillian Whyte, take his belt, and move forward without Tyson Fury. He's yet to defend the title. You cannot count on him moving forward. It just makes sense. Reggie, brother in the super chat. What's good, Blue? What's good with you, great brother? That's what I'm telling y'all. It's time. What are we waiting for? Larry B, brother in the super chat once again. Ironically, only top rank and ESPN fighter. Facts. LB, what's going on? Right? It's time now. TDLC, what's going on? What are we waiting for? He's never followed any script. Why are we expecting him to do it now? Edwin RG, what's going on? He had a media rematch to fight Deontay Wilder after the first fight that ended in draw. He didn't do it. Dave, what's going on? He had a media rematch to fight Vladimir Klitschko. He didn't do it. Q-Dog, what's going on? Sports Express Podcast, what's going on? He had a trilogy match signed for Deontay Wilder. He didn't want to do it. Eric Salazar, what's going on? Robert Gonzalez, what's going on? Against Vladimir Klitschko, he said he had an ankle injury. It postponed it. Then, when the new date came, he had another situation that postponed it, and it never happened. Chilltown Majors, what's going on? It never happened. Ray Jr., brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. Who that? Wilder's camp on that. Aram said plenty of times that Trump was negative. Neither Tyson or AJ want to fight Wilder. Well, this is what I'm saying. Now, Anthony Joshua, right? Let's hold everybody accountable for what they're saying. Because you, the consumer, pay the fighters for this. Right? So let's hold everybody accountable. Anthony Joshua said it's not about the fighter. It's about the belt and the legacy. WBC, proud organization, take action. What are you waiting for? What proof do you need? Show me that you told me it was an outbreak. Now, again, I'll tell you, if you said it was Tyson Fury alone, it's more believable. Because it's one person. And just because Tyson Fury testified don't mean he's going to show effects, right? But you told us it was an outbreak. You told us that it was uncontrollable. It was 10 members or more in his team. So you got to show us now, because all of his sparring partners are good. His trainer is good. His strength and condition coach is good. I mean, these are the people that have the closest effect to him, right? The most contact with him. Who has more contact with him than his strength and condition coach and his trainer? Neither one of them are affected. Then his sparring partners. None of them are affected. So please tell me, how many people does he have in camp, people? If you can eliminate his sparring partners, which is probably 3 or 4, right? That's 4 people. Then his trainer, his strength and condition coach. That's 6, 7 people right there. How many people does he have in his camp? Tony Cepeda, brother in super chat. Hey, Blue, I think Fury paid his off his team their purses so they can all say they're going along with this. But they can't, because we see them out and about. See, the problem is they're going to have to stop their normal everyday they're going to have to stop their normal everyday actions, right? In order for it to work, everybody has to follow suit. James Diamonds, what's going on? D-Trek Morgan, my brother in the super chat. This fight not going to happen for Fury versus Wilder. I predict AJ versus Wilder early next year for all the marbles. That needs to. They need to be working on that right now. Michael Dempsey, what's going on? Axel 39, what's going on? Let's go ahead and work on that right now. Alawu Femi Dosun Sumu. What's going on, great brother, in the super chat? Blue Blood, your work rate is a lot. Respect all the way from Great Britain. Salute to the UK, man. Appreciate you. Michael Dempsey, what's going on? ISO Reactions, what's going on? ISO Reactions. Larry B, my brother in the super chat. He said, Blue, that's too much like right. This is a fact. Tia Sim 7, what's going on? I'm confused. James Diamond, my brother in the super chat. Salute, Blue Blood. Salute to you, great brother. If you told us, see, again, I'll tell y'all again, Manuel H., my brother in the building. Jonathan Cook, what's going on? Unforgiving Life, what's going on? Big Theodore, what's going on? Again, Donald Now, 66-year-old G Grant, Triple OG in the building. Tunnel Vision, what's going on? If you told me, GF Hipster, what's going on? If you told us that it was just Tyson Fury, cool, that's believable. Curtis Frierson, what's going on? P-Dog, what's going on? Julian Lettersman, what's going on? Fight for Life, what's going on? If you told us that it was just Tyson Fury, right? That's believable. Mike Elridge, what's going on? Klotz, what's going on? That's believable, right? But when you told us that it was an outbreak and that 10 or more members of his team tested positive, well then, how are we seeing majority of his members out and about? James Hainsworth, my brother in the super chat. We need to question Dana White in the UFC to see if they can corroborate the claims since they shared the training facility with no issues. That's another thing, James Hainsworth. Salute to James Hainsworth in the super chat. Arturo Salsodo, what's going on? That's another thing. There was no issues with the UFC. Was there any issues with the UFC? Did anybody pull out? Darvis the Bronze Warrior, what's going on? Did anybody pull out? New Man Faden, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Will someone explain to me where Fury's newfound extraordinary power came from that lead to so much physical damage to Wilder? Oh, we can pretty much figure that out. Andy Suarez, what's going on? Kevin Munnins, what's going on? Keith Graham, what's going on? We could pretty much New Man Faden. We could pretty much figure that out. But everybody wants to, not see it. Nobody wants to have on 20/20 vision glasses. Everybody glasses, the vision is all blurred. He has 21 knockouts. If you look at on BoxRec, but that's 17 TKOs and 4 knockouts. And he didn't even knock out Deontay Wilder. It didn't even knock out Deontay Wilder. Senior Rich Dog, what's going on? He's an accumulation puncher. But if you tell people, look, the glove don't look right, they'll tell you the glove don't look right, but if you use those style gloves, why is there a but? If you say the gloves don't look right, they say, but if you use those types of gloves, I don't care. If it don't look right, it don't look right. Period. There's nothing else to talk about. MZ Talks Boxing, what's going on? C. Sid, what's going on? Infamous Nova, what's going on? Capone 10K, what's going on? Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Go subscribe to my brother Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Drop the link, great brother. Antoine Reed, what's going on? Crash Camp 67, brother in the super chat, dropping that 3/4 of a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Big ups to you, Blue. Is Fury going to get any of the blame from ESPN old media? How is a boxer of the year and he hasn't boxed? Oh, I'm going to get into that as well. Billy Bob, what's going on? Clark Boxing, what's going on? King Benji, what's going on? I'm going to get into that as well. Right? Shy Focus, Slick Sophistication, what's going on? He beat out Clarissa Shields and Canelo Alvarez for Boxer of the Year, and he didn't even box. Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all didn't hear me. He beat out Clarissa Shields and Canelo Alvarez, and he didn't even box. He hasn't boxed since the Deontay Wilder fight. So how did he win Boxer of the Year? Okay, you can say Clarissa wasn't as active either, right? 886Y, what's going on? But over Canelo, then? I'm not, overly joyed about Canelo opposition, but over Canelo, then? Mike J, what's going on? Isn't Canelo the face of boxing? Isn't he the cash cow? Larry B, my brother in the super chat. Blue, do you see Ward, Bradley, and company shape the narrative? They talked about variance instead of the real issue. I didn't even see it. I didn't see it. Samuel Midget, what's going on? Richard Mula, YT, what's going on, great brother? Appreciate you. Don King, what's going on? I didn't even see it. Freaking Fire RC, 807B1, what's going on? So, Patrick Starr, what's going on, great brother, in the super chat? Tyson Fury is top ranked, old media cash cow, shaking my head. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to understand. G Code, Paul Ruffin, what's going on? I'm trying to understand, how did he win Fight of the Year over Canelo Alvarez? You could say Carissa Shields hasn't been as active, but look at her accomplishments. Charlie J, what's going on? Look at her accomplishments. Devon Duke, what's going on? Look at her accomplishments. She became undisputed in 2 divisions this year. Charlie J, brother, said Ward. I didn't even see what he said. Somebody send me the link on Instagram. Ruben Jordan, B-Dog, what's going on? Right? And then they have, I told you guys, they have Estrada and Lomachenko. Lomachenko has a total of 17 fights and 2 losses. They have him over Gervonta Tank Davis. Estrada has 3 losses, or should be 4, and they have him over Gervonta Tank Davis. Somebody please explain to me how they run in this boxing system over the top at ESPN. Deion Smith, brother in super chat, ESPN is a joke when it comes to boxing. This is what I'm trying to tell you. But I had people in my chat yesterday. Hardy Case, what's going on? But I had Deion Smith. I had people in the chat yesterday telling me, they didn't realize I was such a big Errol fanboy. But I don't see them having such same sentiments when it comes to ESPN. It's abundantly clear. How could you tell me that Estrada, Gervonta Tank Davis is a pay-per-view star? Gervonta Tank Davis is undefeated. He's knocked out almost every opponent he's faced except one. He don't have no losses. He's a 3-division champion. Oh, let me guess. Now the belt you win counts. Because Estrada is a what? How many division champion is Juan Estrada? 2. So Estrada has won belts in 2 weight classes. Tank has won belts in 3 weight classes, and he's undefeated. And you can argue Estrada has 4 losses. He lost that last fight to Chocolatito. Malik Omar, brother in the super chat. Johnny Nelson is running around saying they couldn't sell tickets. That's why the fight is postponed. The WBC has to make a move and strip Fury. Hashtag LDBC. Yeah, everybody wants to run with that instead of saying what the real issue is. Or it's not, it's the ticket sales. Really? This is a fight, the first fight. It's more buzz around the 3rd fight than it is the 2nd fight. And the 2nd fight broke the live gate at Las Vegas MGM Grand for heavyweights. So you're going to tell me there's no interest in this fight? You got to be kidding me. Young Bruce, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. The WBA gruesome and threatened to strip Teofimo. They need to do the same to Fury. No, the WBA did that with Manny Pacquiao. And I don't know what they're doing with Teofimo Lopez, but the WBC is who we're dealing with this particular fight. Salute to Young Bruce in the super chat. But they need to make a move. Dr. Pablo Sled, brother in the super chat. Get the likes up. Way too many peekaboo watchers. Show respect and hit the like button. I don't even know how many likes we got. But we got 1,000 people here. What we got? 300 likes? Nicholas Long, brother in the super chat. Anybody that used the UFC facility and his whole team should be in a self-isolation or he did, in fact, have the... Right. He used the UFC gym, right? CB Sports TV, my brother Carl Burrell in the building. Alexander Wright, what's going on? GNC Bone, what's going on? Smash the like button, man. We got 1,000 people here. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you walk in my house. Smash the like button. Get the likes to 1K. Smash the like button. Eric Hawkins, what's going on? Earl Ferry, what's going on? SG Pass, my brother, what's going on? Ball, what's going on? So, Journeyman, what's going on? So now, you're going to tell me, you see, like the brother said, that, what's his name? What's dude's name in the UK? Miss Put Together, peace, blessings, Queen. How you doing? One hitter quitter, my brother in the super chat. 1 minute, they said the ticket sales were on the pace to surpass the previous fight. Then they changed it and said ticket sales were low. Am I tripping? No, you're not. But no, one hitter quitter. It's not top ranked Bob Arum or Wilder Team PBC. No, it's outsiders that are saying this now once this took place with Tyson Fury. This is a way to downplay the fight because everybody was calling for Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury. So now they want to downplay and act like, see, nobody wanted to see it. Psych. Patricia Hines, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing today? Salute to Ohio. Psych. So you're trying to downplay the fight to say, oh, there's no interest. The ticket sales was low, so nobody wanted to go. So now they had to postpone it. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask y'all a question. If the ticket sales was low, so they want to postpone it, please explain to me what changed from July to October that would garner more interest in the fight. It's the same fight. Brian Jenkins Comedy, what's going on? It's the same fight. And they're not competing with anybody because Errol Spence fight is a month away. It's a month away from their fight. So who are they competing with? JC, Old Paul Boston, what's going on? Who are they competing with that they don't want to say Tanzil Wakia? What's going on? Salute to Richmond, California. Who are they competing with? They're going to have more competition in October than they will in July. Mr. Gillian, what's going on? Mr. Boston Move, brother in the building, what's going on? CB Sports TV, my brother Carl Burrell in the super chat. Salute, King. Will the WBC strip Fury since he's been exposed? They need to. Everybody has to go ask the WBC on their platform, why haven't you, what is the next plan? Because we see his team out and about. We need to, this is why I told y'all, right? This is why I told y'all, start asking for proof. Y'all ain't hear me. This is why I told y'all to start asking for proof. But everybody complained and said, why he got to show proof? Because they told you it's 10 people of his team. How many people are in his team? All the important people that I see are not affected. So who's affected? Oh, well, it's Tyson Fury. He didn't look bothered for us to move the fight from July 24th to October 23rd. Really? That's 3 months. Donald now, 66-year-old G Grant, Triple OG in the building in the super chat, dropping that half a duh on your boy Blue in the super chat. Dementia comes from demented people mostly, and my older fam members affected by them. Truth sayers who lie about anything will be affected in their lifetime as well, Wilder are included. This is a fact. I agree. I agree. I agree. Trev Stoker, salute to the Triple OG. Donald now, the 66-year-old G Grant. Trev Stoker, my brother in the super chat. Salute, Blue. I get the feeling Fury is cooking up new ways to old media going above and beyond to protect this obvious duck move. Hashtag till this day. This is a fact. Johan Sebastian, what's going on? Chase the coin, what's going on? This is why I told you guys, we as fans of the sport of boxing, start demanding proof. Damian Bennett, what's going on? Nelson Rivera, what's going on? Y'all are underestimating your effect on the sport of boxing. Unforgiving Life, what's going on? Joe Separation, what's going on? Y'all are underestimating yourselves and the effect you can have on the sport of boxing. Without the fans, the boxing, it don't move. It don't move. Period. Period. True Culture, what's going on? Angel Canaz, what's going on? Billy Bob, what's going on? So y'all need to start saying, hey, listen, man, you're going to have to show us this. Mr. Smith Job 278, what's going on? You're going to have to show us this, man. Because there's no way Where everybody should be asking Stephen A. Smith right now, hey, what's going on? Where's Max Kellerman? Jay Fresh, 214 YT, what's going on? Calvin Peterman, what's going on? Where's Max Kellerman right now? Shouldn't we be asking Max Kellerman, hey, bro, what's going on with this? Y'all reported that it was 10 members of his team. Michael Gaming Vlogs, what's going on? Jay Lynn, Peace Bless Queen, how you doing today? Y'all reported that it's 9 to 10 members of his team. How many members in his team do he have? And we need the names. WJ Luckett, brother in the super chat. This is the biggest case of self-delusion I have ever seen when it comes to these Fury fans. Oh, for sure. Pierre Muscle, what's going on? Jerry Slaughter, what's going on? How many members do you have in your camp? If you and 10 members, it affected you and 10 members. How many people, and we can see at least 7 members that are not affected. The closest and most, the people you have, the most important and the most people you have contact with are not affected. Your trainer, not affected. Your strength and condition coach, not affected. Robbie Sanders, what's going on? Your sparring partners, not affected. Okay, so that's 6 people, right? You got your trainer, your strength and condition coach, 4 sparring partners, that's 6 people. Right? Anthony Carlisle, Dr. RTV, what's going on? Right? Taffy, what's going on? Lee Campbell, what's going on? Right? Ex-Scripton, what's going on? So now, Trey Brown, what's going on? So how many people is left in camp? Slim Jim 314, what's going on? Brad McNulty, what's going on? And they can't be that important to the team. Is his cut man? Did it affect his cut man? Plus, us got his piece of butts, Queen. How you doing today? Did it affect his cut man? How many people had it affect? They told us it's 10 or more. They told us it was an outbreak. Hebrew Israelite, Miguel Batista, what's going on? That's what they told us. How could that be? Young Bruce, what's going on? Great brother in Super Chat once again. What is actually, I've seen a video saying that Teofimo Lopez can't show proof of his results. He will be stripped of his belt, I believe. Yeah, George Kambosos Jr. is pushing for that. Orlando Whitehorse, what's going on? Whitehorn, what's going on? George Kambosos Jr. is saying, listen, all right, now I need the fight to take place in Australia. I can show proof. They continue to move back to date. Now Triller is saying, oh, wait a minute now. What's going on here? Anthony Prince, what's going on? Those days are just saying, just telling you that, hey, the sky is this, and you're not questioning it. Those days are over. Bobo, what's going on? Hardy Case, Signs of the Times, TVHQ, what's going on? Those times are over. Those days are over. The days of them just telling you, oh, this is what happens, and no, there's no question about it. See, this is what they underestimate. Joshua Sawyer, Vance Edwards, what's going on? As everybody does. They underestimate what we do because they like to look at us and view us and say, oh, those are just YouTubers. All those fans, they brush you off. You see. So they think, Freakzilla Dark, what's going on? So they think, right, that they could just tell you what it is. Cornell Williams, Almighty Chilzo, what's going on? Nitty G, my brother, what's going on? John P, what's going on? They think they could just tell you, oh, well, this is the case, so now we're moving it back. And there's no inquiring going on. Because then ESPN is not going to say nothing. Only me, what's going on? All of these platforms, they're not going to say nothing. The quote-unquote mainstream media. I told you, we are mainstream media when it comes to boxing. They are casual media. They're not even old media. They're casual media. Albert Doherty, Juan Swan, what's going on? When it comes to boxing, they're casual media. They don't do this on a daily basis. The sport of boxing is an afterthought for ESPN, unless they have a vested interest, like one of their fighters is fighting. It's an afterthought. That's what it is. Day in, day out, when it comes to boxing media, you click on YouTube and you look for us on a daily basis. DeAndre Robinson, what's going on? You don't click on ESPN to watch any boxing news. You don't. So what they do is they hire writers that they think are credible and have them on ESPN and say, well, this guy knows boxing, but they have agendas. Nate Morrell, what's going on? Upstate Boxing Talk, what's going on? But they have agendas. They'll tell you that, and this is no slight to anybody, but I'm going to keep it hood. Can we talk the truth here? For fact's sake, what's going on? Can we talk the truth here? Yes or no? Bro D, what's going on, great brother? Can we talk the truth here? Yes or no? Akira Amar, what's going on? Carnell Williams, what's going on? Raphael Harmon, what's going on? Can we talk the truth here? Yes or no, my peoples? So here's the thing, right? And it's no slight to Monster Inoue, Noe Inoue, good fighter, but they'll tell you he's something you never seen before. Daybone, what's going on? Did y'all watch the special on him? I couldn't get past the first 5 minutes of the special on him, and it don't have nothing to do with him. It has to do with them. Ronald Marshall, what's going on? I'm watching the special, and as soon as it starts, they're telling you that he's an anomaly. He's something you never seen before. What are we talking about here? You don't have to tell me that I ain't never saw this before. When you know I saw this before to uplift this man's accomplishments. Huh? I couldn't even get past the first 5 minutes. I was like, oh, man, I can't watch this. I can't watch this. Hey, Monster Inoue, man, this guy, the way they built him up, I'm like, oh, I just watched Nonito Donaire's career. And I just watched Nonito Donaire, the same guy that had an illustrious career. I watched Nonito Donaire at 37 years old, give him a tooth and nail fight and break his orbital bone or break his jawbone or whatever. At 37. So imagine if that was Nonito Donaire in his prime. You're going to tell me I never seen what I... Huh? Boss Red 357, what's going on? Brian Nobley Barfield, what's going on? I couldn't get past the first 5 minutes. And it don't have nothing to do with him. It's amazing. They did the same thing with Lomachenko. And so now you're telling me that Estrada is a better fighter. Juan Estrada. No slight to Juan Estrada, because I love Juan Estrada. I love Monster Inoue. Noe Inoue. I love what he brings to the table. But when they try to tell you that he's bringing something to the table more than Gervonta Tank Davis, you're trying to tell me what you're trying to. You're not allowing my eyes to see what they see. You're trying to tell me what I see. That's two different things. So get this. They're telling you Inoue is something that you never saw before. But we watched Manny Pacquiao fight from 108 pounds all the way to 8 divisions. What do you mean I never saw it before? And he's still fighting at 42. Nonito Donaire is 39 years old, and he's still fighting. He's still winning championships. What do you mean I never saw this before? Of course I did. Solo production, my brother in Super Chat. Old media is casual media. The realest statement I heard on YouTube yet. The hottest channel. Salute. Salute to you, great brother. That's what they are. They casual media. Jay Ghost, what's going on? It's just like when you're talking to your friends at the barbershop, pun intended, my brother Fred. Salute to my brother Fred and DB. Right? You're talking at a barbershop or a barbecue, or you're just chilling with your friends and you know they don't watch boxing like you do. And they start telling you stuff and you like, huh? Hey, man, I want to see. You know what, man? Floyd Mayweather, man, he avoided fighters. Who he avoided? Mike Tyson. Huh? Right? You don't even no longer have those conversations, right? You stop the conversation right there. Deal with the TV. What's going on? Keon Cobb, what's going on? Mike Overs, what's going on? Hey, bro, what are we talking about here? Hey, man, Floyd Mayweather, man, he should have fought Mike Tyson. What? Oh, no. So guess what? You don't take them serious. It's not that you don't be like, bro, you don't go through it. You just don't take them serious. You just be like, bro, you don't know. You just say, man, you just don't know boxing, man. It's okay. Demion Bennett, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Easy way out of the fight. HIPAA violation. Hashtag till this day. That's a fact. Say it again, great brother. But when you talking about millions upon millions of dollars of people money, then you need to show proof. As Krypton, my brother in the super chat, thank you for calling a spade a spade. Oh, no doubt, great brother. Oh, no doubt. And so it's not against ESPN, but they have vested interest elsewhere. Felix Tina, what's going on? You understand? Their focus, ESPN focus, right, is on their focus. Salute to my brother X Krypton in the super chat. Much love to you. Frosty 504, what's going on? Their focus is basketball, football, LeBron James, Tom Brady, right? Kevin Durant, Dame Dollar, right? Because let's just be real here. Those stars trump boxing stars. They just do. Right? Dame Lillard is a bigger star than most boxers. Or all, if not all. Except the names Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. He just is. He plays on a bigger stage on a daily basis. LeBron James is a bigger star. So that's where their interest is. That's where their interest lies. So boxing is an afterthought. And smash the like button. We got 1,100 people here. 1,100. And we only have 800 likes. So that means we got 400 people moonlighting. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you walk in my house. We got 400 people moonlighting. Let's work, people. Good Speeds Reviews. What's going on? David Matthews. What's going on? Right? It's Jay. What's going on? So that's where their interest lies. So they casually talk about boxing. We talk about it on a day-to-day basis. So they don't know, but you expect them to know because it's the biggest sporting platform in the world. And what they need to do is, D-Stacks TV, what's going on? They need to do is bring in people that truly, truly invest in the sport of boxing on a daily basis. Then you would get real official news from them. They need to hire a Blue Blood. They need to hire Fred. They need to hire 7A Sports TV. That's what they need to hire a Boxing Ego, Fight Hype, or Deontay Boxing Nation. They need to hire Aki TV. That's who they need to hire. The people that deal with it on a day-to-day basis. On a day-to-day basis. Not people that casually talk about it or have agendas. They're going to put out a boxing list not based off of facts. They're not dealing with facts or feelings. They're putting out a boxing list based off of their feelings. Yo, Vu, what's going on? Exclusive Bling, what's going on? Lamont Griffin, what's going on? My brother Champside. Bring in my brother Champside. Bring in historians like Stormy B, Scrapbook, and Kurt. Historians. Bring in the historians. Stormy B Man, Kurt Anderson, Scrapbook. Bring in, that's who we talk boxing with. And you bring them in, and that segment of boxing would be different. You can't bring in people, and listen, I'm not against anybody making their money or doing whatever they have to do. Bless them. What OG Sean the Dawn, what's going on? What I'm talking about is when you make a pound for pound list and you have Lomachenko that has 2 losses in only 17 fights, and you move them up the pound for pound list off of a fight where you know the fighter in Nakatani, no slight to Nakatani, but you know Nakatani was tailor-made for Lomachenko. As I told you guys, we predicted that, did we not? Taneem Marie, peace, bless, Queen. How you doing today? Gajian 3369, what's going on? We predicted that Nakatani was going to get outclassed because we knew that he's tailor-made for Lomachenko. He can't move. So how did he move up the pound for pound list with a win over Lomachenko? Ursa Major 2000, what's going on? How? Who fought a better fighter? Mario Barrios and Tank Davis or Nakatani? Huh? You know why you have to keep him on there? Because he validates Teofimo Lopez being on the list. If you take Lomachenko off the list, the top 10, then you have to drop Teofimo Lopez. You see the domino effect? But you have Inoue ahead of Errol Spence. Is Errol Spence fighting better opposition than Inoue? Absolutely. He's fought Mikey Garcia, 4-division world champion, undefeated 37-0, superstar Mexican boxer. On pay-per-view, he beat him. He fought 2-time welterweight world champion, superstar boxer Showtime Sean Porter, who has arguably the best resume in boxing, not named Manny Pacquiao. He beat Sean Porter. Then he beats 2-division world champion, former unified junior welterweight world champion, and who has arguably, you could argue he has the top 5 best resume in boxing currently, in Danny Garcia. Win, lose, or draw. Danny Garcia fights everybody. Win, lose, or draw. Right? So he beat Mikey Garcia, then he beat Sean Porter, then he beat Danny Garcia. He beat Kell Brook in the UK for his first opportunity at a world championship. People, you didn't hear me. For his first opportunity at a world championship, Errol Spence went to the UK in hostile environment with 60,000 fans there for his first title opportunity, and he beat Kell Brook and stopped Kell Brook in the UK. On pay-per-view. Now he's going to fight legendary, iconic Filipino superstar boxer Manny Pacquiao on pay-per-view. And he's undefeated and unified champion. And you're telling me that Inoue is a better fighter than Errol Spence. Please stop. Because if you're basing it now what are we basing it off of? Just the skill set, the eye test? So if we're basing it off the eye test and the skill set, then how could Gervonta Tank Davis not be on the list? You see how that works? If we're talking about skill set, then how could Tank Davis not be on the list? And if we're talking about resume, then how could you have Inoue ahead of Errol Spence? Or Lomachenko, for that matter. Or Teofimo Lopez. How is Inoue ahead of Teofimo Lopez? Get this now, watch this now. You move Lomachenko up the list for beating Nakatani, right? Teofimo Lopez, 3 straight fights. Nakatani, Richard Comey for the IBF, and Lomachenko. He beat all 3 of them in only 15 fights, 16 fights. So how can Inoue be ahead of Teofimo Lopez on the list? If you moved up Lomachenko because his win over Nakatani, then how could Teofimo Lopez be behind Inoue? James Hainsworth, brother in the super chat. Wildest comments on ring walk costume gets an entire segment on ESPN with Bradley and Ward. Fury test foot and crickets, right? And out and about though, but he's out and about. Solo production, brother, back in the super chat. Replace Max with Blue, Kurt, 78, Aki. I bet Boston gets a better spotlight. Oh, for sure. Not even close. Tyrone Lawrence, my brother in the super chat. He said, we can't just blame ESPN. Fox isn't reporting anything either, and PBC has a deal with them. I do feel that this was intentional. But that's the thing. This ESPN's fighter. Tab Investments, what's going on? This is ESPN's fighter. Not Fox fighter, but it's ESPN's fighter. And they talk about everything else side of the ruler. What's going on? Boxing Hacker, brother in the super chat. Inoue probably isn't even better than Rigo. Will that fight ever happen? Nope. Nope. Stan G, what's going on? Merc Son, what's going on? Nope. OT Dub, what's going on? Pure Sour Central, IBXO, what's going on? How come we got 1,100 people? Why don't we have 1,100 likes? Somebody explain that to me. 1,100 people. We should have 1,100 likes. Smash the like button. Get the likes up. Charlie J, what's going on? Get the likes to 1,100. Get the likes to 1.1K. Stop moonlighting, just sitting there watching. Participate. Get the likes to 1.1K. Darren Turner, what's going on? Fritz and Charles, what's going on? Original Skywalker, what's going on? Get the likes all the way up. Kanal Williams, my brother, what's going on? Joseph Nicholas, what's going on? Bro D, what's going on? Get the likes to 1.1K. Smash the like button. Got 1,100 people here. Let's work. Michael Woodall, what's going on? Marky Dan 123, what's going on? Clark Botson, what's going on? I knew he will knock Rigo. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. He may win the fight. Rigo still can move. He's Hebrew Israelite. Marvin Rollins Jr., what's going on? He couldn't even do that with no Nino Donaire. He couldn't do that with no Nino Donaire. Toughest fight of his career. Guillermo Regan outclassed no Nino Donaire. Deshaun Duckworth, what's going on? Brandon Tate, Tyler Smith, what's going on? RN2, get it too. To get it, what's going on? Smash the like button. So Mark Williams, what's going on? So my boxing hacker brother in the super chat, much love to you. So my thing is this, right? I believe, John Moore, what's going on? The focus needs to be Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua now. Let's hold Anthony Joshua accountable. Hey, bro, you said it's about the belt. He should be saying, Tracy Samuel, what's going on? He should be saying right now, hey, listen, I'll step in for him. Let Dillian Whyte fight Oleksandr Usyk on the undercard. Oleksandr Usyk was willing to take step aside money anyway for Undisputed, right? WBC reinstate Deontay Wilder, put Tyson Fury as champion in recess. Anthony Joshua take the fight with Deontay Wilder, put Dillian Whyte, Oleksandr Usyk as the undercard, and the winner Usyk and Dillian Whyte get the fight, get the winner Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. Doesn't that sound right? Fareed, what's going on? True Say, what's going on? Doesn't that just sound about right? That's easy, right? Usyk was going to take a step aside money. Hey, you'll be the co-main event in the biggest fight in boxing, right? Because now it's the biggest fight in boxing. It's undisputed. Charlie Torres, what's going on? But Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, undisputed, right? Dillian Whyte, Oleksandr Usyk, undercard. Make it happen. A-Side Boxing Talk, what's going on? Tyson Fury, champion recess. Reasoning, inactivity. Unavailable. Inactivity, unavailable. There you have it. Make it happen now. Mick T and Sturgis, what's going on? Make it happen. You see how that works? Solomon Israel, my brother, what's going on? My brother, Carolina Ryder, in the building, in the super chat, dropping that hundo on your boy Blue in the super chat. He says, salute to you, great brother. Let me know if y'all peeling out today or tomorrow. Domingo Vanilla, what's going on? Lloyd Clark, what's going on? So you see what I'm saying? Make it happen. Smash the like button. Get the likes to 1.1K. One Body in Yawawashi, Los Angeles. What's going on, great brother? Make it happen. Right? Dion Smith, brother in the super chat. He said, that's too easy. Facts. Facts. Make it happen, right? Anthony Joshua said it's about the belts. He didn't want to fight Usyk right now anyway. Oh, y'all leaving tonight? Ah, man. I was hoping you was leaving tomorrow, great brother. I was hoping you leaving tomorrow. Franco beam me up. What's going on? I was hoping you leaving tomorrow. Jesse Call, brother in super chat. Same reason they strip Pac-Man, they should strip Fury. Exactly. Exactly. Make it happen. Make a move. Hey, WBC, how come you sitting on your hands? James Diamond's brother in super chat. Strip Fury and include it in AJ versus Wilder. That's what I'm talking about. Trice Richardson, what's going on? For August 14th. August 14th was the date for Joshua and Fury, right? Joshua was already in training camp. Isn't that what they told us? Deontay Wilder's already in training camp. We know that already. Joshua was already in training camp. Deontay Wilder's in training camp. WBC make a move. You can push it back. Make it September. Right? Late September, because August 14th don't work. I forgot Errol Spence. My brother Pac-Man ATL Tay in the building. What's good with you, Tay? Go subscribe to my brother Pac-Man ATL Tay in the building. He dropped the link. That's the link, right? Great brother. Salute to my brother Tay, man. Richard Alice, my brother in the super chat. I think the fight is still happening. Tyson is still training. This looks like a way to distract Wilder. Yeah, and that's the thing. They told us he can't train. Look at the reports. They reported Aaron Butler 262 was going on. Look at the reports. They reported and told us that he can't train. So how's he training? They reported and told us he can't train. Makai Willis, what's going on? So how's he training? Vern G, what's going on? How can he be training if they told us he can't train? That's what's going on. Everything, nothing stopped. Nothing stopped. Boston Hacker, brother in Super Chat. T.O. and Fury said they had to, if you ask me, it seems like they had heart disease instead of too scared laughing. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I mean, we got to look at it for what it is. Keith Mulcher, what's going on? Supreme Striking, what's going on? And Joseph Parker said he wasn't affected. But they reported Joseph Parker as one of the people. But Joseph Parker said, that ain't true. I ain't got nothing to do with me. Huh? So now we don't even know who it is? Brian Maximum, what's going on? A-Side Boss told my brother in Super Chat, Blue, what you are talking about is 80s boxing. Joshua don't have that kind of heart. These dudes don't want to be immortal. It's amazing to me. It's amazing. So now you have Joseph Parker like, man, ain't not me. Okay, so it's not Joseph Parker. It's not Jared Anderson because we saw him on his social media as well. Chance, what's going on? So who is it? It's not his trainer. It's not his strength and condition coach. It's not his sparring partners. Who is it? Who is it? Smash the like button. Get the likes to 1.1K. Smash the like button, people. Get the likes up to 1.1K. Smash that like button. Do I think Gary Russell's going to fight this year? Hopefully. He need to. And he need to be Leo Santa Cruz. Right? It needs to be Leo Santa Cruz. That needs to happen. They need to just go ahead and announce it. Callie Buckner, what's going on? They need to go ahead and, if Leo Santa Cruz said that he's with it, he said he's with it. Gary Russell said that, okay, he's all for the fight happening. Then he needs to just go ahead and make it happen. There should be nothing holding that up. Absolutely nothing. It should just go ahead and make it happen. Plain and simple. Yeah, get them likes all the way up. We spend this is what we do, right? Man, my left ear is ringing. Left ear is ringing. Antone Wright, brother. Dwayne Yosef, what's going on? Slim Jim 314, Devon Edwards, Al Green, what's going on? Yeah, man. King Ish, what's going on, great brother? Doug Ferguson, what's going on? No, it's ringing, brother. He said clean it out then. He said clean it out. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Thomas Moreland, what's going on? That's not what it is. So my thing is this, right? If they truly want to make these fights happen, right? Right? And everybody is ringing, man. Jason Brown, what's going on? Doug Ferguson, what's going on? What that mean? What they say when your left ear is ringing? What that mean? So anyway, you know, we got to hold them accountable. My brother Renee Boss Young in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Renee Boss Young. Triumphant. What's going on? So, you know, we just gotta start calling a spade, man. Christopher West, what's going on? He said vertigo. Yeah, I have vertigo too, Christopher West. I do have it. Renee said my ears constantly ringing. That ain't good, bro. Oh, they talking about me? DJ Zion Love, what's going on? I'm not surprised. Chris Garcia, what's going on? So now, Burgess Meredith, what's going on? So my thing is this. Hey, get my brother Renee Bosch Young up. No, we didn't do 600. Get him up to 1K, man. He said 300 people, 3 people away from 600. Get them up to 1K. Go subscribe to my brother Renee Bosch Young, man. Charles J, what's going on? Melvin Fitton, what's going on? So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Pat Cannon, what's going on? So here's the thing, right? So we see this, and they told us that it was an overwhelming outbreak. Well, where is it? I didn't see it. We didn't see it. Nobody has seen it. Verdict Lackey, what's going on, great brother? Nobody has seen it. Didn't seem to affect nobody. Nobody. ST, what's going on? Peace be free, what's going on? Antone Martin, my brother in the super chat. Much love to you, great brother. Jafari Caesar, what's going on? Yeah, get the likes up. Let's get the likes to 1.2K now. Let's keep working. So here Deontay Wilder doing everything right and has to sit on the show. Show your boxing IQ. What's going on? Charlie Torres, what's going on? And there's no if Copper Aborigines, what's going on? Justin McCoy, what's going on? If the roles were reversed, guess what? Everybody will be saying, oh, see, Wilder don't want to fight. Oh, Wilder this and Wilder that. Make it happen. It shouldn't be this difficult. Does anybody, Pat Cannon, what's going on? All the Tyson Fury fights are this difficult? Why? Anthony Bruno, what's going on? Why is all of his fights this difficult when he's contractually obligated? Why is it that difficult? I can tell you what. Put him on the shelf then. Mitch, what's going on? Fighting Words, what's going on? Put him on the shelf then. Right? Put him on the shelf then. Okay, bro, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue as we're gonna continue the sport of boxing without you. We sit you on the shelf. Revolutionary News, what's going on? Mr. X, what's going on? Oh, I can see that, Mr. X. I can see that. Coach 67 Sports TV, what's going on, great brother? So put him on the shelf. My brother Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports. He said he on the plane. Where you going, great brother? Kieran Alexis, what's going on? Where you headed? Go subscribe to my brother Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports. Where you headed, great brother? Oh, for sure, Mr. X, for sure. So my thing is, Jason Brown, what's going on? So my thing is this, right? Is that so my thing is this, 300, Mr. Big, what's going on? Almighty One, what's going on? It's time that we just say, bro, listen, okay, we gotta move on without you, right? We're gonna place you as champion in recess, right? We're gonna move on. Deontay Wilder, higgle your belt back. Higgle your belt back. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder fight for undisputed. Dillian Whyte fight Oleksandr Usyk on the undercard. TGE boxing, what's going on? They both get nice, great, good paydays fighting on the undercard co-main event. Winner gets the winner of the fight. G Smooth Movement, what's going on? Right? The winner gets the winner of the fight. We get an undisputed heavyweight champion. Probably be a 2-fight deal. Make it happen, man. Make it happen. Then guess what? When Tyson Fury does come back, right? When he does come back, okay, you don't have nothing to lose. Whomever wins, right? You fight Tyson Fury, okay. If he comes through and actually fights, then you fight him. Cool. If you don't, cool. You don't have nothing to lose because you're not holding anything up. Devontae Richardson, what's going on, great brother? Nothing's being held up. It's when things are being held up. That's when it's a problem. You see what I'm saying? And so now let's move on. Headed home, but my flight got delayed, missing my connected flight. So I got to stay in the hotel and wait till tomorrow to get home. Wow, man. Blessings to you, great brother. How Don, what's going on? So Mike the Dealer, what's going on? So now that way, you're not holding anything up. You're not stopping any shows. And Anthony Joshua said it's about the belts and the legacy. So Fighting Words, what's going on? It shouldn't matter to him, right? Because he fought, and he can't say, well, I don't want to fight Deontay Wilder because he's coming off a loss. He can't say that now, can he? Or Espinoza, what's going on? He can't use that, can he? Can he say that? Can he use that? Shante L, what's going on? No, he can't do that because he fought Vladimir Klitschko for a vacant belt. Vladimir Klitschko was coming off a 2-year layoff and a loss to Tyson Fury as well. He fought Vladimir Klitschko, who's coming off of a loss to Tyson Fury, a 2-year layoff, and almost 40 years old for a vacant belt. Right? So Patrick said, why people don't want to see Canelo versus Manny. Manny too small. King Stubbs, brother in the super chat. Blue, I swear 2021 is the year of the inductors. Bosses trying to claim a spot but don't want the smoke. Super sad. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you, great brother. I appreciate you. Patrick, what's going on? So that's what I'm saying, right? Just say, okay, Tyson Fury, you know what? You're not available, right? Okay. Let's get another big fight then. Another big fight. Now I understand people saying, well, why not just place Dillian Whyte in that position? Right? Dillian Whyte is not the mandatory. So why not just go straight to the top for all the marbles? Gene Clement, what's going on? Clement, what's going on? J2 Cool, what's going on? Why prolong it? Why risk something going wrong? Why prolong it? Why not just go right to the top and make the fight happen and don't prolong anything? Why? You see what I'm saying? Go right to the top. Jay Berry, brother in Super Chat, would you consider Max Kellerman casual media when it comes to boxing? He's on ESPN, but he been talking boxing since the 90s on public access TV. Max Kellerman is not a casual boxer, boxing mind, or journalist, or reporter. Max Kellerman is what Max Kellerman is doing. And once upon a time, Max Kellerman used to give the real news. Then Max Kellerman, for some reason, just started. It's at times you can watch Max Kellerman, right? And it's almost like he don't believe what he's saying. Mailman Mike, what's going on? It's almost at times like you're looking at Max Kellerman, you're like, bro, you don't believe that. You don't believe that. It's like you now take on Savage. My brother, what's going on, great brother? It's like, bro, you're just pushing a certain agenda at this point in time. You don't believe what you're saying. You don't believe that. Black Swords of Santiago, what's going on? Like, Max, what are we doing here? You don't believe that, do you? No, you can't. See, the thing with Max is, J2 Cool, what's going on? The problem with Max is we know Max know better. That's the problem with Max. The problem with Max Kellerman is we know Max knows better. So when he says some things, it's like, bro, really? E2G, what's going on? Really? Because Max, we know you know better. St. Louis Mick, my brother in the super chat, Kellerman isn't casual, he's compromised. That's what I'm saying, St. Louis Mick. Max, we know you know better. Bro, he says some of the things he says, and it's like, really, Max? Really? St. Louis Mick, my brother, appreciate you in the super chat. Right? It's like, really, Max? We know you know better than that. Really? Janina Brissett, peace and blessings to you. Twin D, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a good on your boy Blue in the super chat. Call him Max Schillerman. He used to shield for HBO and now for ESPN. He sold up. And so this is my thing. Stephen A. Smith is a casual. When he talks boxing, I can't even take him serious. It's like, bro, Stephen A. Smith. And he tries to be so energetic and so passionate about it. And we don't believe you. We don't believe you. We know you don't know what you're talking about, Stephen A. I know, and the brother got a right hand. If you look at the movement on this brother, wow. Like, Stephen A., stop. The footwork. Oh, the footwork on this brother. Stephen A., who told you that? LV Slugger, my brother in the super chat. He said, just hope Fury don't retire and finally act like a real champ and defends his title. Media, keep trying to bring up Dillian Whyte to distract us from Fury Pass, #2-time. This is a fact. I agree with you 1,000%. DP Rocker, my brother in the super chat. I'm curious, Blue, what scale lines did Fury fly out on? Yeah, I'm curious as well. They're going to say it's private. They're going to tell you it's private. Melvin Fitton, brother in the super chat. Blue, it's a shame that certain pro boxers may have no disrespect to them. I hope for a speedy recovery, but the band must play on. It's a fact. It's a fact. Man, you listen to Stephen A. Smith. Oh, I'm scared for this brother. Oh, that brother is bad. And if you look at this brother, man, Stephen A., stop. Stop it. Stop it. Look at the footwork on this brother and the defense. Woo! Just stop, man. Stop it, Stephen A. We don't believe you, brother. We don't believe you. Stick to basketball like Curtis Blow. Basketball, baby. Stick to that. You start talking boxing, Stephen A. Supreme striking, what's going on? It's just not even believable, bro. It's not even believable. The thing is, because they try to cover all topics, I wonder how much time they give them in advance. See, they should really do their due diligence on who knows every sport, who is well-rounded in every sport. You understand? I can talk basketball with you. I can talk NFL with you. I can talk boxing with you. I can talk baseball with you. Now, you got me on hockey, but I can talk boxing. I can talk baseball. I can talk basketball. I can talk NFL. I can talk college basketball, college football. I'm well-versed. I don't need to study. I don't need to study to say, hey, man, who's this guy? Who's that guy? No, don't need to do that. And that's where they fall short. Because then when they try to delve into boxing news, right, they don't have the boxing minds to do it. And because Max Kellerman is double dipping, right? Max Kellerman, he works for multi platforms, right? So Max Kellerman he's double dipping. So what Max Kellerman does is he got to straddle the line. Jay Murray, what's going on? Oh, but when it comes to basketball players, oh, they'll delve deep into their career. Oh, they'll get deep into their career. They talking about James Harden. Where was he, in Paris or somewhere with the baby? Oh, man, James Harden over there and this and this and this and this. All right, so tell us about Tyson Fury and what took place in his life. They ain't tell you nothing about that, though. They'll tell you about Floyd Mayweather's, though, won't they? Oh, they'll tell you about Floyd Mayweather's though. Jermaine Bean, my brother in the super chat. When Fury gets stripped or vacate, I hope ESPN don't start that lineal BS. If Fury retires, then comes back like, oh, they will. They will. They'll go back. Salute to my brother Jermaine Bean. They'll go in on Floyd Mayweather, right? And tell you all types of Floyd Mayweather did this and his private life and so on and so forth, right? And the basketball players, they'll go in on LeBron James and Kevin Durant tweets and all types of stuff. Hakeem Mike 69 on gaming. What's going on? They don't tell you nothing about what's going on with Tyson Fury, huh? Isn't that something? Still Swinging Podcast. What's going on? Isn't that amazing? That's amazing how that works, right? Amazing. Everybody capping TV. What's going on? TJ, what's going on? Let me get my brother Kurt Anderson on here. So they'll tell you that Estrada. Now, Lomachenko, I don't mind Lomachenko being on the pound for pound list, right? But what is the criteria as to how'd you make your decision? How did you make the decision that Anui and Estrada, and they got a heavyweight on the list? They got a heavyweight on the list. Art Man Boston, what's going on? That should let you, Chad D, what's going on? That lets you know what you need to know anyway. Because now you're going against what the pound for pound list was created for and to begin with. It was created for guys that wasn't heavyweights. It was created for Sugar Ray Robinson to give them their place in the sport of boxing. Because we know as the heavyweights go, so goes the sport of boxing, right? So if Deontay Wilder is the best fighter in the world and he's a heavyweight, well, ain't nobody else beating Deontay Wilder. If you're not a heavyweight, ain't no welterweights beating Deontay Wilder. No junior middleweights, no light heavyweights, no cruiserweights, no lightweights, no featherweights, right? None of them are beating Deontay Wilder, right? So they're excluded on the list. Big Ace Laster, what's going on? Alejandro Villarreal, what's going on? T-Real 713. Mark Dewan, what's going on? Right, this list was created for Sugar Ray Robinson, right? Pound for pound. Because Sugar Ray Robinson was so versatile, he can go up, he can go down, movers, smaller guys. Right? So if Deontay Wilder is the best heavyweight in the world, then how could you have anybody over him? Because nobody on the list could beat him then. Slick P, what's going on? If Muhammad Ali was the best if you say Muhammad Ali is the best fighter in heavyweight division, right? Mike Tyson is the best fighter in the world, right? At heavyweight. Now, how could you have Canelo Alvarez over Mike Tyson? Can Canelo Alvarez beat Mike Tyson? No. Joseph Castro, what's going on? That's why the list it separates them. That's why they're the baddest man on the planet. That's why being a heavyweight world champion holds so much weight. Marcus Bryan, what's going on? You understand? So to have Tyson Fury on the list and to have him at 6 or 5 or wherever they have him, because they have Canelo at 1, Terrence Crawford at 2, Anui at 3, Errol Spence at 4, I think Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez at 5, and Tyson Fury at 6 or something like that. My brother Buddy Lee C in the building. What's going on with you, kid? Right? So can any of those guys beat Tyson Fury? So why is he even on the list? Can any of them beat Tyson Fury? No. Puro, Soar, Central, BXO, brother in the super chat. In my opinion, Max being different than before when he started on the first take. And the funny thing is, he replaced the horrendous, in my opinion, Skip Bayless, which Skip still was ESPN. Skip Bayless. See, the thing about Skip Bayless is, you listen to Skip talk boxing, He don't know. He don't pretend to know boxing, though. He just lets you know flat out he just have favorites. Skip Bayless don't even pretend to know boxing. He just tell you, I want this guy to beat that guy because I like this guy. That's where Skip Bayless comes from. Demetrius Bright, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a good on your boy Blue in the super chat. Blue Blood, ESPN should hire you as the boxing analyst. With that, you host a weekly show with your own boxing panel with Kurt Sugar, KQKC, Stormy V-Man, Scrapbook, informative, fair assessments, and pure entertainment. Oh, for sure. For sure. And they got Alexander Usyk on there. They got 2 heavyweights on the list. Thank you, buddy. I forgot Usyk is on there. Hard body JT, man. What's going on, great brother? Now, let me ask y'all a question. Who did Alexander Usyk beat in his career? I'll wait. Who did Alexander Usyk beat in his career? Who has Alexander Usyk beaten in his career? That he should be on the pound for pound list. Because you putting him on there for Real Talk, God Grill. What's going on? Almighty One said Tony Bellew. But Tony Bellew was never a world beater. Mike the Deal, what's going on? Ace by Double, what's going on? Hold on, let me tell my dog. Bear! Bear! My brother Buddy Lee. Shout out to my brother Buddy Lee, man. He said, nah, Blue need a daily show on ESPN at this time. There's nothing worth watching at this time. Blue is live. Appreciate you, great brother. Yeah, that's what it should be. They should have a segment for boxing, and it should include us. We got my brother, Kurt Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar, a.k.a. the historian, a.k.a. my brother, my co-host. What's goody with you, Kurt?
Blue Blood Sports TV. What's going on with you, Blue? How you doing tonight? What's up, chat, a.k.a. the family? How's everybody doing on this Monday evening? What's going on, peoples?
Oh, I'm good. We good, Kurt. Hey, salute to Jafari Caesar in the super chat. He said they got Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury on the pound for pound list, but they never had Wilder nor Joshua on the pound for pound list. This is a fact. That's a fact. And Kurt, could you just break down why the pound for pound list was created and why heavyweights don't belong on the pound for pound list?
Yeah, because heavyweight is this 201 pounds and over, so it would be unfair to put them on the list. But pound for pound was created for Sugar Ray Robinson because most of the historians and newspaper people and journalists said, man, that guy is pound for pound. And you know who gave his name Sugar? You would never guess. There was, I don't know if anybody remember this relationship expert named Dr. Joyce Brothers. You remember her?
Yep.
She gave Sugar Ray Robinson his name because she was like, that boy you got there, George, his manager, he's as sweet as sugar. And the name stuck. But everybody, even my grandfather used to tell me about Sugar Ray Robinson. When they first saw him, they said he was different. Like how we view Floyd these days, that's how Sugar Ray Robinson was back. He was ahead of his time because a lot of fighters didn't have the footwork like he had and the combination punching. But people forget he was a knockout artist. He can box, but he was a knockout artist. He was like the first 11 years of his career, he was 129-1 with 85 knockouts. So, you know, and stretching everybody, he fought 19 world champions and 10 Hall of Famers, but a lot of newspaper men who were real boxing historians said, man, this guy is pound for pound, and they made the list. That's where it came from.
Yep. Twin D, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a good on us in the super chat. He said, if Keith Thurman ever gets the WBA belt, we will never see Undisputed in the welterweight division. He'll use the fact that Errol said he was no longer thinking about him to not fight him. Just watch. Hey, I hope that don't be the case. So I had a few sources, Kurt. They told me that this fight is being talked about as a possibility. Now, I don't know. I made my own assessment, my own assumption when I said that maybe it's the co-main event. Maybe they move it to a different date. I don't know if Keith Thurman could be ready. What is that? 4 weeks? No, it's 3
About
weeks.
6.
About 5, 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he could be ready in that time span, right? So maybe they move it to another date. And Manny Pacquiao wasn't happy. And did you see what Manny Pacquiao said about the WBA? What you think about both of those? Did you see that, Kurt?
I didn't see that. I watched the video with you guys and Thurman. That's a good fight. That's a very good fight. That's a winnable fight for Thurman. But I also think Thurman is ripe for an upset because sooner or later the inactivity will catch up to you. I really felt if Thurman was the old Thurman, he would have beat Manny Pacquiao. Inactivity really hurt him in that fight. You could tell. But Ugas and Thurman, that's a good fight. I favor Thurman, but Ugas will be a live underdog. I didn't know what Manny said about the WBA. What did he say?
He said essentially that they not telling the truth, Kurt. He said they never informed him that he was in danger of being stripped. He said that after he beat Keith Thurman, he just received his belt on Saturday before the press conference on Sunday. He just got his belt 2 years later, Kurt. And he said that they never told him anything about I'm gonna read it to you, Kurt. I was like, wow. So he says, quote, right, Kurt? They were upset. He says, in a period of 12 months, from July 15, 2018 to July 20th of 2019, Manny Pacquiao lit up the welterweight division by knocking out WBA regular welterweight champion Lucas Matisse. Then we fought a 4-division world champion, superstar boxer. I put the superstar. 4-division world champion boxer Adrian Broner, who was number 6 in the WBA rankings. In January of 2019, we fought for the super championship belt against Keith Thurman. That's 2 times in 2019 to become the oldest. We became the oldest champion at 40 years old in the welterweight division. In March of 2020, they informed us that everything was going to be shut down due to the global pandemic. So they saying that we defended the belt against 2 fighters that's in the WBA ranking system, right? Then he goes on to say, they have not treated us fairly or with any respect, the WBA. And, quote, the WBA never inquired about Manny's title defenses, so they never told him or asked him about him defending the title. Then he said the WBA never warned us Manny's super championship status would be in jeopardy. The WBA never informed us that Manny had been designated to champion in recess. We learned, just like everybody else on the internet, that he was being placed as champion in recess. And since they want to talk about him and his inactivity, he says Keith Thurman, who was the WBA champion that we beat, they had no concerns about his lack of activity when he went over 22 months between the title defenses of Danny Garcia on March 4th, 2017, and Josito Lopez on January 26th of 2019. Then they ended it by saying, recess is over. The 2 best welterweights in the world are getting ready to fight August 21st. They should need to make the right decision, place us back as champion recess. We should be celebrated and properly recognized, end quote.
That confuses me because when I watched the press conference on Fox, yesterday. It said Pacquiao versus Spence for the unified welterweight championship. That's what it says. So they're gonna market that, but he has a point about Thurman. I'm very confused. I don't know. I'm very confused if he's reinstated or not. I can't tell you. It goes back and forth. So he got a good point about Thurman though. But he said he fought Broner and then Thurman. I don't know. I'm confused, Blue. I really am.
So what he said was they fought Lucas Matisse for the WBA regular title.
Right.
Then they fought Adrian Broner, who was number 6 in the WBA rankings. So they saying we fought the number 6 guy and the number 1 guy in 1 year. And there's another part I missed out, Kurt. So they were saying, what happened to our voluntary defense? Because why do we have to defend it against somebody in the top 10 without a voluntary defense if we've been informed in March that everything was being shut down because of the global pandemic? So how are we in the wrong is what they're saying. We didn't even have we didn't have a voluntary defense. We fought 3 guys in the WBA ranking system. Lucas Matisse, Adrian Broner, and Keith Thurman. So they fought the number 1 guy, the number 6 guy, and the regular champion.
Right.
So he's saying now in 2020, we had no opportunity to fight or defend it. And y'all didn't contact us to tell us that we needed to defend it. So they saying that the WBA just told them that everything was shut down. So he's saying in March, you told us it was shut down. So now how did I get placed as champion recess? And you didn't even tell us. So remember the WBA said they informed him that he had to defend it against somebody in the top 10. Well, they saying they never contacted them to say anything. And on top of it, Kurt, he's saying they just got the belt from the Keith Thurman fight on Saturday before this press conference.
That is crazy.
And we heard that before, right? Remember, Jamel Charlo said he still didn't get his belt from WBA.
Right. Oh, man. I never cease to amaze me about the sanctioning bodies, man. Never. I mean, he does have a point, though. Pacquiao, the way he's explaining it, if he was never contacted, then he has a valid point. Yeah, but they're going to market this fight as unified.
And Kurt, this was the kicker, though. This was the kicker. Let me read this part. This is going to crack you up. They said, you ready for this, Kurt? They said the WBC sanction body is our used car salesman. Take advice from us. Before paying the WBA sanction fees, kick the tires and read the warranty.
That's funny.
Wow. I was like, wow.
That's crazy.
Tell them how you really feel, Kurt. Tell
that's boxing. I mean, sometimes I don't even know what to say, man, because this when you thought you heard it all, man, the zany world of boxing, man.
Yep.
And treating a legend like this, that's why. See, when you have a big name, the belts don't really matter because you can live off your name. That's why when people used to be like, man, Floyd was never undisputed. It was going to be difficult for him because they want him to pay them outrageous sanctioning fees, and he wasn't going to pay that. Over $1 million, and they was going to give him a hard time, so he used to drop the belts. So I don't blame him. I don't blame any fighter. But they're going to market a fight as unified. I guarantee. Well, they're already doing it. When I saw the press conference yesterday.
Hey, script on, brother, in Super Chat. That was not Keith Thurman that fought Porter and Danny. Oh, that wasn't the Keith Thurman that fought Porter and Danny that fought Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, it's inactivity, like Kurt said. KO Bison, what's going on? LV Slugger, brother, in Super Chat. Wilder's definition of pound for pound. Only boxer I know knocking out pro boxers that outweigh him 30 or 40 pounds. After Wilder Sleep Fury, he will be number 1 on my pound for pound list. We got brother T Reels 713 in the Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the Super Chat. He says, salute Blue and Kurt. It really makes the WBA look bad when the guys the promoted haven't fought either. Yeah. But Kurt, a funny Mac of the South, what's going on? Dedrick Gallashaw, what's going on? It's funny, Kurt, because remember the WBA just last week put up a post thanking Manny Pacquiao as their champion for their anniversary.
We sure did. They pulling him left and right. I mean, you just don't know. One day is something, and the next day is something totally different.
Mm-hmm. Twin D, brother in Super Chat. Kurt, do you think Thurman would fight Spence, or he just capping and just saying that now he wants to fight him?
I think he capping, man. If I was Spence, who has the power, I wouldn't fight Thurman because you was trying to derail his career by holding the fight up, and you never fought him. It was Kell Brook who took the fight, and luckily Spence was at the right place at the right time. And look where he's at now. Look where Thurman is at. You know, now Thurman, and he may be telling the truth, especially if Spence beats Pacquiao. He gonna have all the juice, you know, and the money is gonna be great for Spence and Thurman. But I would not give Thurman that fight. I would turn my back on him, just like he did Spence when he was champion. You know, when you know, how many times you heard a fighter win the title and says, "Oh, thank you to so and so for giving me the opportunity for fight for the championship and winning it. I'm gonna return the favor and give him an opportunity." How many times you heard that on HBO or other telecasts when there was boxing? That's the way it's supposed to be. Give the man the opportunity. And Spence said in his face, remember they was in the podium and he looked at Keith Thurman. He said, "When we going to fight?" And I knew Keith wasn't going to never fight him after that.
And just this weekend, Javier Fortuna and Joseph Jojo Diaz. You saw Joseph Diaz thinking he couldn't thank Javier Fortuna enough, Kurt, for giving him the opportunity.
Right. Yep. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Big Truck Trap Star, Nell Parker, what's going on? I Am Dave, what's going on? So that's my thing, Kurt, man. It's like, but if they make this Ugas fight, I like it. I like the storyline of it. Ugas versus Elbow, what's going on? Ugas versus Thurman, when it gets Manny versus Errol Spence. Because they ain't Terrence Crawford, they told about him fighting October 22nd. That
right.
undisputed, and that's not happening.
Mm-mm.
That ain't happening. So that means the winner of this fight, they could fight the winner of that fight before the year's up.
Yeah, because everybody fought each other just about, and it'd be like a mini tournament basically. You know, the winner of Spencer Pacquiao fight the winner of Ugas and Thurman, and that basically completes the cipher. You had Danny Garcia and Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Earl Spence. They all fought each other, which is good. We don't talk about that enough. We talk about fights not being made, but a lot of fights in the welterweight division has been made. And Danny and Sean, everybody fought each other. This right here completes the cipher.
Right. And that's my thing, Kurt, because it just makes it like I like that, because now you're just pursuing Terrence Crawford. Let's say Errol Spence runs the gauntlet. Black Thanos, what's going on? Porto African, what's going on? Let's say Errol Spence beats Manny Pacquiao, right? Errol Spence beats Keith Thurman, your Danish Ugas winner, before the year's up. Now he could just solely focus on making the fight happen with Terrence Crawford. Just solely, like he done cleaned out the division at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right, Kurt?
Yeah, he's 2 fights away from doing that.
Right.
He's 2 fights away. You know, I mean, he has a better chance, you know, getting the Ugas fight than Thurman, but he will probably take the Thurman fight to complete. If Thurman beat Ugas and Spence beat Pacquiao, then he will fight Thurman probably with a chip on his shoulder to complete the cipher, because now he's done cleaned out everybody, and there'll be a lot of pressure for Spence and Crawford to make the fight with each other.
Mm-hmm. And my thing is, Kurt, if you Errol Spence at that time, it's like now you could just the weight is off you, right? You clean out the division, you hold all the belts. Now you're just pursuing the biggest fight in your career at that point. You know, to just, you know, put the stamp on your career at welterweight. and then you move up with a whole new clean slate.
Yeah. What is Boots in number 3 in the what? The IBF or WBA, right?
I think it's the IBF.
Oh, he's climbing up there very slowly, man. He's like a fight away from the number 1 position. A fight or 2 away. Who's number 2? You know, IBF.
No, I don't.
He's like a fight away, man. If I gotta look at the rankings because that would be very interesting if he becomes Spence mandatory.
But and this is how I see it, right? Curve, you Errol Spence, right? You catch Ugas at 54. I mean, Boots at 54 because you beat Keith Thurman. You beat Manny Pacquiao, beat Keith Thurman, Ugas winner, especially if it's Keith Thurman. That really solidifies it to me. You beat Manny Pacquiao, then you beat Keith Thurman. Now you done beat Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao. Now you beat the names. Now you fight and beat Terrence Crawford, right? Then you move up to a junior middleweight. Ugas is I keep saying Ugas. Boots Ennis is coming anyway. So now once you leave, you give Ennis the opportunity to unify in the division because he's gonna vacate at that time. Vacate the belts. Right? And the big fight for Ennis at that point at welterweight is gonna be Virgil Ortiz, right? And Rashidi Speedy Ellis, as long as he stay on track. You know, now Boots is, pick up those belts as I expect him to do and make his way to junior middleweight. And by the time he makes his way to junior middleweight, 154, Kurt, now the biggest fight at 154 is going to be him and Errol Spence. Because Jamel Charlo, let me get to the super chat. Dr. Pablo Sled, brother in super chat, we got to get in the business of punishing guys in the ring for ducking tactics. Show them why they should have kept ducking. I agree, man. These fights need to happen, man. Muharib Salam, brother in the super chat. Appreciate you, great brother. El Del Boston Kurt, he said Boots is number 4 in the IBF. Kudratillo, number 1, Porter, number 2, Pacquiao 3, Boots 4, Custio Clayton 5.
He's number 4, so Porter's not going to fight him. That's very interesting. He's like a couple of fights away from that mandatory, depending on who he fights. And I think a lot of people are going to stand clear. I just got that feeling.
Twin D, brother in super chat. He said Thurman will not give Spence the fight. He'll want to hang on the belt for some time. He'll probably try to fight somebody like Porter again. Oh, I can see that. Blackwater Boston, brother in the super chat. Salute Blue and Kurt. Since both Wilder and AJ's respective camps distrust Tyson Fury, why not just bypass Fury altogether? Money over the WBC. Oh, I agree. That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. They said that it's 10 people in his camp. It was an outbreak, but we see everybody in his camp out and about. I don't see how there was an outbreak. Melvin Fitton, brother in the super chat. Salute Blue, Kurt, in chat. Do you think Bob now knew something we didn't know now that Tio is now in a tough situation? Oh, I'm sure Bob had an idea for sure. Jay Starlife, what's going on? Melvin Fitton, I'm sure. Paul Murphy, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said, Blue, my mans, keep it $100,000 at all times. Peace and blessings, great brother. I appreciate you 1,000%. Yeah, Kurt. So Jamel Charlo, when asked recently, because it's fight week, so he did an interview and he was asked about if Errol Spence comes to 154. He said, I'll just leave. You heard that, Kurt?
Yeah, I saw the interview.
Right. Deontay Moses, what's going on? So that's not a worry. Tune, what's going on? So that's not a worry, right? So that means that if he go to 60, that makes the biggest fight in 154 because Boots will be there soon. makes it the biggest fight at 154. Because Errol gonna be at 54, Kurt, for a good 3 years before he even attempts 60. So I just think, you know, it's AJ what's going on. It's a pure line to these massive fights. But I think everybody on that list, Jerron, and his beats, Kurt. Everybody ahead of him in the rankings. He's gonna beat all of them. Well, what you think, Kurt?
Repeat that. I got knocked off.
It was I was saying that he'll beat Custio Clayton. He'll beat he won't fight Pacquiao. Gutratillo, he'll beat him. Sean Porter's not gonna fight him. I think he'll fast track his way to a championship because they're not gonna fight him. 817 boxing me, what's going on?
Yeah, I agree. I want to see him fight Custio Clayton or Jamal James, but since he's high in the rankings, you fight a high-ranking fighter. So Custio Clayton, who turned Boots down multiple times, will be the likely opponent. I would want to see him fight him.
Which one did Bozy said that's with them now? Is it Jamal James?
Who would
That he trains now.
No, he trained Stephen Coolboy Fulton.
Yeah, but he trains Jamal James somebody too now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, remember when we had him on, he said I don't know if it's Jamal James one, but he said that fight's not gonna happen because he's with us now.
I missed that. I missed that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I really didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that fight won't happen, but I would say Clayton or somebody high in the rankings. You know, the Lipinen fight was a good fight. It really put him on the map. Now he's going to get turned down a lot. Any big name, he can't go back now. I mean, you know, he got to stay busy, but he can't go back. It's because he's number 4, so he has to fight a high-ranking fighter.
So he said Jamal James. So who is it? Ray Robinson. Ray Robinson fight. Ray Robinson is with him. John Kramer, thank you, great brother. Ray Robinson is with Bozy, Kurt. Not Jamal.
Yeah, I kind of figured it wasn't Jamal. I missed that part. I didn't know he was training Ray Robinson, but Jamal James or Custio Clayton. But when you're high in the rankings, you fight a high-ranking fighter because it will fast-track your way to the mandatory position. Like I said, if Spence is still there because Charlo is still at 154, if he beats Castano and defends the title, then I'm quite sure Spence will stay at 147 and Boots win a couple of fights and becomes the mandatory. Things get very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Machiavelli Mafia, brother in Super Chat. Salute. So Mel would go to 160 even with Maul there. Yeah, that's what he said. But I gather they have a plan in place when he said that that Maul must it'll be a domino effect. Maul must be willing to go 68. So I think it would be a domino effect. Demetrius Bright, brother in the Super Chat, dropping that half a good on us in the Super Chat. Bluebird Kurt Porter said he wants James for his belt and that Thurman should fight Ugas. The winners face each other. They fight the winner of Spence versus Pacquiao. This is for kings of this era. He want to fight Jamal James for the WBA regular title. Keith Thurman fight Ugas. Yeah. But the Errol Spence don't have that much time. GT Entertainment, what's going on? Bootney DeFonsworth, what's going on? He don't have that much time. Because Errol Spence, the fight everybody wants is Eye of the Tiger, what's going on? It's Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. So He wins this fight. Better be what's going on. Everybody's going to be looking for that fight. If it's not a unification bout. Not waiting for Keith Thurman and Thurman to fight Porter and he fight to win it. Like, no. Blackwater Boxing, brother in the super chat. Salute Blue and Kirk. When is the WBC going to ever give Dillian Whyte a chance? He's been the mandatory for a long time. Stay getting past bypass. He getting bypassed because he put himself in a position to get bypassed. December winter, what's going on? That's why. They over-exaggerated talking about he was waiting mandatory for 300 days and all that. He was not. That was over-exaggerated. He was not. And he had an opportunity to fight for multiple titles to replace Jarrell Miller, and he didn't want to do it. He said he needed more than 6 weeks to train for Anthony Joshua. It wasn't enough time. So now you're telling me he fight Deontay Wilder for nothing when neither one of them have a belt in 2 weeks? Come on, man. Does that even sound right to you, Kirk?
No, I know he wouldn't. They over-exaggerate. And remember, he lost. He got knocked out cold by Povetkin, even though he won the rematch. So when you lose, it knocks you back. You got to get back in line, even though he coming off a win. But, you know, him being WBC, like he's being cheated, like Ortiz, no, that's further from the truth. Like he had multiple times to fight for a title, but it was him.
Exactly. Like he had the opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua to be unified in a rematch, and he didn't take it. He said he needed more time. Prime Minister, brother in the super chat, I believe that Tyson Fury should present proof of the 19 infection, and if he doesn't, he ought to be stripped of the WBC belt, point blank and period. I agree. Like, it's just too much showing that he's not, like, come on, man. Come on. But, Kurt, did you see ESPN's top 10 pound for pound list?
I took a quick look at it. You know, I did like it. I took a quick glance. I'm against Estrada being, he lost 3 fights. I thought he lost his last fight. The Chocolatito. Anui's what, number 3?
Anui is 3 over Errol Spence.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy. It's crazy. No.
Only saying the Usyk's on the list and not Gervonta Tank Davis.
That's asinine.
Or Jamel Charlo.
Yeah, the way Charlo is fighting, let's see what happens on Saturday, and especially Tank Davis, they definitely belong in the top 10. Not Usyk, not him. No, he hasn't looked good at all. And he got to fight, what's that, September 25th against Joshua. But Estrada, man, I don't know about him, man, and Usyk. I don't know about those picks.
Mm-hmm.
Anui belongs on the list, but not at number 3. No, you gotta. I will move him down. He's like 7 or 8.
And then how you have Lomachenko moving up after beating Nakatani.
Yeah, right. Yeah. People overestimated Nakatani. Not me. Not me. I knew he was going to beat him. It was tailor-made for Lomachenko.
This is my thing, Kurt. If beating Nakatani moves you up on the pound for pound list, then shouldn't Teofimo Lopez be ahead of Anui? Because he beat Nakatani and Lomachenko.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of biases go into those lists. You know, the people who vote, they may dislike a fighter based on personal reasons, and like this guy, you know, they hyped up Anui, so they had a half an hour special. The monster, like something we never seen before, like Godzilla was coming to wreck America, and you know, they had this whole blowout and layout. They did the same thing with Lomachenko. You know, these guys are good, but they're not who they say they are. I've seen this before. I've seen this a million times. Anui is a good fighter, man. I used to watch him before he came to America. I was telling him, I said, man, this guy can fight. Anui. I've been watching Asian fighters since the great Kosai Galaxy. They used to call him the Tyson in the 90s, a knockout artist. But anyway, he don't belong at number 3. He don't belong at number 3.
Hey, Kurt, I couldn't get 5 minutes past that special.
Yeah, they laid it on thick. They laid it on thick, you know. And I'm like looking at this special, I'm like, holy mackerel.
Just the way it started. Now I understand promoting the fighter and bigging him up, but the way it's like he was an anomaly, I'm like, oh man, come on.
See, you know, the problem with foreign fighters is this, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it. They're not going to get full credit until they start beating American fighters. See, Don King was smart because when you had Julio Cesar Chavez, who nobody, happy birthday to Julio, to the great Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Today is his birthday. Great fighter, great fighter. When I used to watch him on Galavision, you know, a Mexican channel, nobody knew who he was, but Don King had a plan. You know, Don King was thinking this. Don King was saying, I'm going to break you into the media market. When he came to America, he fought Roger Mayweather. And he knocked out Mayweather. And he raised eyebrows because that fight was on CBS Sports on Channel 2 over here in New York. But what got him out of Matt is Frankie Randall, Pernell Whitaker, and Mildred Taylor. So Don always had a plan for foreign fighters or fighters, Latino fighters who couldn't speak English, because he was trying to do the same thing to Salvador Sanchez. There was a plan. He was going to fight Alexis Arguello. Then he was going to fight a rematch with Roberto Gomez. And then Don was going to match him up with Aaron Pryor. But Salvador Sanchez died, and that's why Alexis Arguello stepped in and fought Aaron Pryor. So all this was planned. And it's a brilliant plan because you break a fighter that's not known in America. You know, what's the best way to get him known? By challenging and beating American fighters. So, you know, it was all planned. I think Blue left. Let me see. We'll talk until he comes back. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, Kurt. Like you said, you got to be some credible fighters, man.
Manny Pacquiao got popular when he came over here and started beating fighters over here. That was the formula, and that was very smart. He became an icon. So Nui, if he fight another foreign fighter on U.S. soil, he's not going to get the respect. We all know he's a good fighter because we're a hardcore boxing community. But if he beats a well-known fighter of Mexican descent or somebody like that, then he'll start getting full credit. That's how Chavez started out.
High Hop TV, brother, in the super chat, he said, have you guys been checking out Tim Tszyu? He's a top guy, skills-wise. That's not mentioned in a lot of the welterweight division. I like Tim Tszyu. I like him. I mean, it's not time for to start to heaping a lot of praise on him. But I like him. I like him. You know, I like what he brings to the table. You know, in the welterweight division, can he beat Jaron Ennis? No. Now, he could beat a guy like Speedy Rashidi Ellis. But can he beat Jaron Ennis? No. It would be a nip and tuck fight with him and Virgil Ortiz. Well, what's your thoughts on Tim Tszyu, Kurt?
He all right. I got to see him fight better competition. He fought a low-level guy last week, I mean. So I really can't assess him like that. I have to see him in with better competition. There's a lot of fighters like that. Conor Benn is another one. He going to beat the stuffings out of Granados. Granados is past it. But when they start fighting better competition, then I can assess them. Now, he called out Sean Porter, you know, Conor Benn. He did call his name out, so you can make that fight. But at this point, I think Sean Porter want bigger fights. But I have to see more of Tim Tszyu. I hope he ain't quitter like his daddy was.
Yeah. So I like him, but it's not time to start heaping a lot of praise on him.
Yeah, I think Zoo is not a welterweight though. I think he fight at 154, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's
I believe so.
A junior welterweight, Kurt.
No, super welterweight.
I mean, junior middleweight. I meant to say.
Mm-hmm. So he's in a tough division, but yeah.
But he's a he's an action fighter. He got skills. I like him, but it ain't time. Jack T, brother in the super chat, dropping a half a dub on us in the super chat. White was not the mandatory for a long time. He only became the mandatory after Rivas. Then he tested positive for PFS. He refused to eliminations with Brazil and Ortiz. Before then, White is a pawn. And Deontay Wilder told him, "You fight Luis Ortiz. Give him an opportunity." Mike One, what's going on? A boxing truth said, "What's going on?" He said, "You fight and beat Ortiz, then I guarantee you, I'll fight you next." He didn't do it.
Yeah.
And Wilder ended up fighting Ortiz anyway.
He's been capping for a while. Well, I blame Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz could have had the Joshua fight, but he turned it down. I think he received bad advice from his manager. He should have definitely took that fight. He would have been champ. He would have beat Joshua that night. But you can't listen to your manager. You gotta, make the decisions for yourself because your managers can hold you back, man. You have to be ready. You can't let that opportunity slip away. Fighting for the heavyweight championship, you can't. You can't just I'm not ready, blue. I need more time. No, you got to go in there and get it.
Right. And the thing is, Kurt, he with Ortiz, he had the at that time he had the Wilder fight sign, and he didn't want to mess it up. But he messed it up, Kurt, because he should have took that fight, like you said. When he fought Wilder, it would have been for undisputed.
He should have took that. I was so disappointed. You can't turn fights down, man, especially when you're not a star. You can't afford, beggars can't be choosy. Take those fights because you never know when you're going to get another opportunity, man. Now look at his career. He's lucky that Wilder gave him 2 fights, man. He's lucky.
Can't get a big fight. That's amazing. Nobody fights him. Pierre Wright, brother in the super chat. Salute Blue and Kurt. Canelo had to cross the border for that recognition with all them fights on his record. Yeah,
that's right.
Hey Kurt, and Tyson Fury won Fight of the Year.
I know. I saw. I figured they'd give it to him because of the Wilder. Yeah, they was gonna give it to him. I knew that.
Amazing.
Why do you think he act up? Because he can get away with all this, everything he does. He can get away with it.
Fred Crease, what's going on? Supreme Striking, what's going on? Mamba Mentality, what's going on? It's amazing, Kurt. Only in the sport of boxing. Did you watch the press conference yesterday, Kurt?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
Well, Manny Pacquiao still salty with Floyd Mayweather. Still salty. His skills. I'm looking at Manny Pacquiao. I'm like, are you kidding me? He's a better fighter than Mayweather. Talk about Spence. But the part that got me as a professional fighter, a legend, he won't fight toe to toe. I said, oh, Manny. No fighter should ever say that because you're showing your hand. You're showing you can't be a particular style. So you mean to tell me somebody got to stand still for you to be effective? So I was like really disappointed. A guy of his skill level and talent and accomplishments would say something trivial like that.
Right.
He won't stand still.
Right. He won't just let me hit him.
That's what it sounds like.
Right.
Mikey Garcia. Nah, Terrence, I don't want to fight Terrence. He's going to be all over the place. Well, he's supposed to be all over the place.
Right. He won't stand still and let me hit him.
And I'm like, what? I would have never heard nothing like that back in the day. He would stand toe to toe so I can get some shots off.
Right. But what's funny, Kurt, then he said he fought the absolute best and didn't even mention Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, he's still salty, man. See, people, it seems like there's a ghost when it comes to Floyd Mayweather. He has one of the hottest fighters in the sport, so you're going to see him around. And I know when the fighter's watching Tank and he's at the fight and they like, oh, man, this guy again. I just can't seem to get rid of the ghost of Floyd Mayweather. You know, hanging banners on side of buildings where the guy fights, and I love it because I never seen a fighter control boxing like this in and out the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it. Never. Not even Ali or Robinson. Now, I've never seen it. And so people like Canelo and Manny, they're so far behind him. When his name is mentioned or his face is shown, they get salty.
Mm-hmm.
They get salty. Manny's still salty because they put his country put so much pressure on him. He was going to be the man that beat Floyd. And when they showed on YouTube a clip, they was at some old coliseum in the Philippines where they was watching it for free. And when the decision was announced, it was so packed, everybody filed out in the single file. Nobody said nothing because it was a letdown. You don't have to be a slugger for you to feel deflated because he used to beat you mentally. And a lot of people couldn't understand that. So he's still salty, and he showed it. But, I'm looking forward to Spencer Pacquiao August 21st.
And salute to Jack T in the super chat. Pat gave Spence his blueprint trying to diss Floyd. Yeah, he did. He revealed his hand. Kashonda Richardson, peace, blessings, Queen. How you doing today? And Kurt. And then on top of it, right? It's a mega fight. It's a huge fight. But you know what it is, Kurt? Is that it wasn't competitive with him and Floyd. That's what it wasn't even competitive. The build-up, it was just deflating because it wasn't competitive. Puro Central BXO, what's going on, great brother in Super Chat? My pound for pound, number 1 Canelo, number 2 Spence, number 3 Crawford, number 4 Taylor, number 5 Mel, Loma, Tio, Gloat, AJ, Tank Porter. I'm a big Sean Porter fan. Hey, they didn't even have Josh Taylor on that list, did they? No.
I don't think so. Yeah, he belongs on the list. Taylor belongs on there. Taylor, Usyk, no. Estrada, no. I would say Taylor, Charlo, and Tank should be in top 10.
Yeah, Kurt, I just realized they didn't even have Josh Taylor on the list. Miami Snoop, what's going on?
Yeah, I just glanced at it. I said, man, this list is bogus. It's bogus.
Amazing. Blackwater Boxing, brother in the super chat. Era of hating on LeBron, Mayweather, and Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Because it's a different time. So what happens is with social media today's time, you see it every day. Kurt, when we was coming up and growing up, right, we had to look for it, right? You had to look for it. You had to search for it. Today it's just in your face. You click on your phone, it's there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You see Floyd Mayweather everywhere. That wasn't before. We had to look for him. You had to read a newspaper. That's not the case today's time. Tom Brady's everywhere. LeBron James everywhere. It's a different time. Melvin Fitton, brother in Super Chat. Blue, Kurt, and chat. Check this out. I think that after Spence fights Manny and he moves to 154, then Crawford moves up to 154 for greatness. No, that's not going to happen. Jay Walt, what's going on? It loses its luster. The luster is at 147 right now, especially with Undisputed online. Still a big fight at 54, but then, you start to get into the gray area of, is Terrence Crawford too small for 54 and all of that types of talk. And no, it just hurts the fight. What you think, Kurt? Yeah,
man, that's a good point, Blue. I want the fight at 147, and I want it now, but I don't know if we're going to get it. It's, like you said, it loses its luster. 147, two undefeated fighters. I don't care who they are. When you have two undefeated fighters in the same division, they were meant to fight. The boxing guys is giving us a gift, and the fighters is not, playing hardball. So it's just like two of the best rappers in the same town, and they're not battling each other. That's the way it's supposed to work. It's lineage. That's the history. Leonard Hearns, Tyson, Holyfield, all the big fights need to happen, man. Trinidad and De La Hoya.
You there, Kurt?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I just paused, but that's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, we ain't get Joshua and Wilder yet, but that remains to be seen. Spencer Crawford, especially if Spence wins, they gotta fight, man. They gotta fight.
Lynette Bowman, peace of bless queen in the super chat, dropping that half a good on us in the super chat. I actually DM'd Mauricio and told him he should make Fury prove it or strip him. I agree. Holding up boxing. Elbow, what's going on? Ruben Langford, what's going on? Where you been at, Ruben Langford? ESO 35, what's going on? Holding up boxing. Kurt, this weekend though, we had Friday when we got off, we had why is they named Jojo Diaz and Javier Fortuna? And remember, Kurt, I told you Jojo Diaz is gonna win that fight. Dimitri Armstrong is going on. And I was surprised in how effective he was, though. Fortuna with his cross the line, antics and things of that nature. But what do you think about the fight, and what you think about Joseph Diaz and Joseph Diaz and Devin Haney agreeing to fight in November?
I want to see. I think that's a bad matchup for Jojo Diaz. Fortuna, I think he's getting a little long in the tooth, it seems like, the way he fought. Jojo Diaz does just enough to win. His skills doesn't jump out at you. He got the job done. He's like what you call a workman-like blue-collar type fighter. Nothing special. No special effects, straight up and down. Once he starts fighting the Haneys and guys like that, he's going to lose. And he might get stopped. Haney might stop Jojo Diaz because he gets hit easy. Fortuna just didn't have enough. I just thought he caught Fortuna at the right time. Fortuna got rocked a couple of times. He was fading, and Diaz took advantage of that. But if he fights Haney, I like Haney to win big. I don't think it'll be competitive.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be competitive either. Feet are too slow, Kurt.
Yeah.
And he's predictable.
Very.
Boss Red 357, brother in the super chat. I think Crawford waiting for Spence to leave 147, vacate the belts, and then Crawford will try to go for undisputed at 47. If he does that, then his legacy will be tarnished. Kai Naughty, what's going on? Because, again, just like I stated, before you could do certain things and get away with it, and you have to wait, or you have brothers like Kurt that can tell you the history of what took place in certain instances. Today's time, it's at your fingertips. So we know Putman Organics, what's going on with this situation. So if he attempts to do that, his legacy will be tarnished. Nobody will ever, whether you're a fan of his or not, deep down, he didn't fight Errol Spence. Mark J, what's going on? So that'll hurt him forever. Forever. What you think, Kurt?
Oh, absolutely. He would never get past that. If Spence leave and he all of a sudden, it's easy to make these fights, it's going to look like a duck. And Terrence Crawford don't come off like that. And he's not. He has a lot of dog in him, but it's just that the way things look, it don't have to be the truth, but, it's this way it looks. So the boxing fan, if Spence leave and all these fights start getting made in his favor, then and people are going to judge him by that. Oh, he's up. Spence, look, he's fighting for this belt and that belt. He never wanted to fight Earl, and it's going to look really, really bad, man. It's just right now, man. I'm in a place where I was the biggest Terrence Crawford fan because I love watching him fight. But the way he moved and the politics is very, very frustrating, man. And right now, Jerron Boots is my favorite fighter right now. And because Crawford, I don't know what he's doing, man. They talk about fighting on a Friday. A fighter of his, now I don't care what day it is, but it just seems disrespectful. A guy of his skill is fighting on a Friday, but he put himself in that position, so he got to take some of the responsibility. And if he resigns with top rank, then I think that's just about it for his career.
Omega Red, what's going on, great brother? Isidro Bermudez, what's going on? What Sean Gibson, what's going on? And what you think about Team Crawford going on Spencer's? Did you see that on his post and saying nobody?
Yeah, I saw that.
What's your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I saw that. No, it was funny to me. In a funny way, it keeps the rivalry going when they jaw at each other and Instagram and then Facebook or whatever, social media, and they join. It does keep it alive. So that's a good thing about it. With Terrence may take shots at him and he takes shots at Crawford. I got the Pacquiao fight, not you, and all that. I like it because it keeps them relevant of fighting each other. It's just a chance. If they didn't say anything to each other, that fight will fade into oblivion, man. And we don't want that. We wanted to keep jawing at each other until pressure bumps pipes, until they fight, that is.
Mark, you did 1, 2, 3, brother, in Super Chat. If Bud resigns with Bob, then we can't blame Bob no more. # blame Bud. Hey, Kurt, did you see that they Bob said that the fight with Josh Taylor is being talked about, negotiated with them for 2022? I feel like, I tell it live. What's going on? I feel like Kurt is wishful thinking on the part of Bob Arum. Troy Boy, what's going on? That he's just, he's expecting him to sign back. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts on that, Kurt?
Yeah, first I was like, oh, no, Terrence, but ain't nothing concrete. We have to wait till October. And that's how Bob moved. When I think about Bob Arum, I know Bob so well as like a next door neighbor, but it is wishful thinking. And, that's what he will want, in-house fight like that of that magnitude. But we have to wait till October. I still say he's not going to resign. I still say that. I guess I'm, seeing the water half full instead of half empty for Terrence, man, because I think if he doesn't resign, then there's a good chance that we can get the fights from Crawford that we, beg for him to fight. So it remains to be seen. We got to wait till October, man, to know for sure.
Dimitri Armstrong, brother, in the Super Chat. I don't have anything to say. I just want to stay consistent in supporting you, my brother, because you keep it consistent with us. Much love, brother. Appreciate you, Demetrius Armstrong. Much love to you, great brother. Appreciate that. Edward Washington, what's going on? Music of Troy, what's going on? And so, Kurt, this fight with Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence, just break it down. How you think it's going to play out? Colin Moore, what's going on? Jesus, what's going on? Salo Silence, what's going on? How you think it's going to play out? What you think is going to be the biggest factors? And winner and both sides. How you think that Errol Spence will win, and how you think Manny Pacquiao will win? And we'll do your official when the fight comes up. But just break down the fight. Your thoughts.
Well, Earl being a southpaw, Manny hasn't fought a southpaw in 13 years. When Manny fights an orthodox fighter, he uses blind spots. That's a boxing terminology. That's angles that he gives fighters that they can't see. Usually he'll give angles, and that's why he was effective with the straight left hand in his whole career. Earl is a southpaw. A lot will change, and a lot of people don't think like that. You really have to break down fights to really understand what's going to happen, speculate, from an educational standpoint. Earl is a southpaw with a good jab. So that jab can be very important to throw Manny off because Earl is the stronger fighter and more energetic fighter. Earl, this fight is his to win. For Earl to lose, he will have to fight a dumb fight. I'm talking about game plan wise. Walking in, leaving his defense porous, walking in the shots, like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman fought a very dumb fight. Earl is nowhere near Keith Thurman. I'm talking about physically and mentally. put pressure on Manny, back Manny up, and use your jab to back Manny up. And the second half of the fight, start throwing combinations, keep Manny busy, and keep him backing up, keep him on the back foot. Manny, to be effective, will have to come forward, throw a lot of punches, and do what Manny does, because he's a legend. Now, him being 42, he can grow old overnight. He may not have the same energy he had, because remember, in the Keith Thurman fight, Keith was coming on strong. He was coming out really strong in the second half of the fight, but Earl should use that jab to dictate the fight. See, when your jab is effective, it changes the whole tenor of the fight in your favor. That's why the left jab is very important. Now you can set up the right hand, and Manny always been a sucker for straight right hands. So I'm quite sure Derrick James got a very good game plan, but I will back Manny up because he don't like fighting backing up. He don't like that. So that's what you do to beat Manny Pacquiao. Manny, you just have to be Manny, dart in and out, and throw a lot of punches like he usually do. But he's fighting a bigger, stronger man with skill. So, and plus Earl's a southpaw, so things are going to change. And I tell people, in Manny's prime, this is not a gimme fight. This will be, if Manny was in his prime, it will be a very, very tough fight for him to win.
Mm-hmm. Kenneth, bust a move. What's going on, great brother? How you doing? Colin Moore. Hey, Kenneth, man, I'm going to come to that DMV area, come to your club, bro. Jelani Everin, what's going on, great brother? Taylor for Wealth, D. Hodges, Soldier Boy 911, what's going on? So, Justin Hawkins, brother in Super Chat, Crawford will never be undisputed at 147 if he decides to fight Errol. I got Errol, and when Errol moves up, Bud will have to see Boots, and he will lose to Jaron Ennis as well. Blackwater Boxing, brother in Super Chat, salute, Kurt. Who would you pick, Boots Ennis or Mikey Garcia? Oh, man.
Oh, that's a terrible matchup for Mikey Garcia. Absolute terrible. Boots Ennis going away.
Hey, Kurt, what you think about Mikey and Regis Prograis?
That's a very interesting fight. I wonder about Regis, not to put him down, Regis boxing IQ. Not saying he's a stupid fighter. He's not. He's a good fighter. But Mikey is an educated fighter, not smart. Educated. He throws educated punches. The 1-2 and the straight right hand. So he may be a little bit too experienced and educated for Regis Prograis to deal with, but Regis will have his moments. I give Mikey the edge, but that's a good fight. Regis is strong. He hits hard, but to beat Mikey Garcia, you're gonna have to box and have a good game plan. Earl showed you he only has one loss for a reason. He boxed Mikey. Mikey has slow feet and can't fight backing up. Most fighters can't fight backing up. Like 99% fighters can't fight backing up. They don't have those genetics. If a guy said, "I'm gonna back this guy up," most likely he gonna win or go to the body. Those are two things that's missing from today's fighters. We seen Tank Davis knock out Barrios to the body. We seen who else? There was a couple of other knockouts to the were body shots.
That whole weekend was body shot knockouts.
Yeah. So body shots are very important. That's how you build blocks for a knockout.
Hey, Kurt, didn't Loma stop Nakatani with a body shot?
I forgot. Did he? Or just it was a cluster of punches?
Yeah, it was a combination, but I think the last one was a body punch, if I'm not mistaken.
Somebody else. It was two other fights.
Yeah, Lubin stopped Rosario.
That's right. Body. That's one of them, right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We seen Charlo stop Rosario. So it's very important to go to the body. If you got power like Wilder and Tank Davis, you don't need to go to the body. But the build blocks for a knockout, you go to the body. You can weaken the fighter. You zap all his energy. Use the jab. Put the fight on the back foot. That's what you do. And because a lot of fighters can't fight backing up.
Mm-hmm.
Very few can do it.
Michael Bernard, brother in the super chat. Salute to the dynamic duo of boxing facts. Salute to you, great brother.
Salute, bro.
Yeah, Kurt. So go ahead, Kurt. Yeah, you can't break that down, Kurt. Why can't 90% of the boxers fight going backwards?
Because by nature, it's all nature. You're just not born with it. It's only special fighters can fight different ways, backing up. Ali used to knock people out and down, backing up. He could do it. Sugar Ray Robinson could do it when he hit Gene Foreman with that hook. He was backing away. Floyd had a beautiful check hook against Ricky Hatton. He was backing away and going to his left, and Ricky Hatton ran into it. Guys like Sugar Ray Leonard, those guys, there's only a very, very few that can fight backing up. It takes a certain type a fighter that was born with gifts, and those fighters have it in abundance. I seen Floyd fight 4 or 5 different ways in one round, and he told Rummy's Corner, he said, I always fought off rhythm. That was my secret. Leonard can do it with the best of them. I mean, when people used to say, who's better, Leonard Duran? I'd be like Leonard, because Leonard could fight Duran fight like he did in the first fight, but Duran can't fight Leonard fight. Duran quit in the second fight. But Ali in the 60s can dance around the ring like nobody's business, go left to right, right to left, back up, hit you with combinations. That's something you have to be born with. Joe Calzaghe was another one. He could do it. He could fight off the back foot, but most fighters just can't do it. It don't come from training. It's just you have to be born with it. It's just like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was born with those gifts, or Kobe Bryant, or Tom Brady was born with thinking real fast. That's how he was affected. Tom Brady was never fast or athletic, but the way he can get rid of a ball and read defenses, his mind was fast. And those are God-given gifts.
Mm-hmm. It's Soldier Boy 911. I'll be out there as soon as it's not raining, because I'm going to ride my bike up there out to Philly, man. So as soon as it's not raining, or a chance of rain, then I'll make my way to Philly, man. But I'm gonna ride my bike out there. Nick J, peace, bless, Queen. How you doing today? So Kurt, your top 5 fighters currently right now that's fighting that could fight going backwards.
It ain't many. I can't name. I can't name anybody. I can't name anybody.
What about Boots?
Boots has been aggressive, but I suspect he can do that because of his footwork is exquisite. But he's been so aggressive. That's why he's 27-0 with 25 knockouts. I have to see it in a high profile fight, like if he fight Crawford or Spence. I know he can do it, but I just have to see it. He has those genetics where I study him already, and I'm like, man, when this guy uses the jab and his footwork like he did against Lipinets, he's a problem for anybody. But he's so aggressive, he's in the pocket, he's knocking people out. But once he starts boxing, I don't think nobody's going to beat him, including Spence and Crawford. So I would have to say yeah, but I would have to see it.
SS family, what's going on? Kai Nordy, what's going on? Jay Starlight, D Brown, Dr. Hook, Sin Strong TV, what's going on? He said he's gonna roll up on Meek Mill, act like he's saying something, pull off on his bike. You heard it? L Del Boxing, go subscribe to my brother L Del Boxing. Lawrence, drop the link in the chat, great brother. I'm trying to think of fighters. What about who can do it? Gary Russell.
When I say fighting off the back foot, use the whole ring, because I'm visioning Ali against Cleveland Williams, and I'm visioning Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler, where they can use the 4 quarters of the ring. They can move around the ring. The footwork just exquisite. So I might be hard on today's fighter. I've seen fighters back up and throw punches. I guess my way of saying footwork is I'm putting the upper echelon of boxing history by mentioning Ali, Robinson, and Mayweather. Those guys are just special, man.
Yeah, you know what it is, Kurt? Grindworks Entertainment, Mookie Knight. What's going on with y'all? You know what it is, Kurt?
What's
It's
that?
an overwhelming amount of fighters that don't fight on their toes. Most of them are flat-footed, Kurt.
Yep.
How many fighters fight on their toes today?
That's a lost art. That's a lost art, man.
Yeah.
That's a lost art. I seen Mayweather and Canelo. I seen Mayweather move left, move right. Then he put his own self against the ropes, and Canelo couldn't hit him. Then he did something where he tapped both of Canelo gloves with his gloves, and then hit him with a jab. There's stuff like that. I seen him do it, and I'm like, and I watch it. I watch Ali and Cleveland Williams like once a month because that was the epitome of a guy with exquisite footwork, and that was a heavyweight.
Mm-hmm. The Raiders Scholar, what's going on, great brother? Have a good night. Boston Truth Serum, what's going on? Go ahead, Kurt. Sorry about that.
No, it's just that, Bruce Lee used to sit in his study and used to watch Ali for hours, his wife said. He couldn't understand how a big man could move like that. Shuffling and throwing combinations at the same time. It takes a certain type of rhythmic and perpetual motion and footwork to do that. You have to have exquisite eye and hand coordination to do that. That's why Ali was so special. And you look at the faces of those guys he was fighting in the 60s, they didn't know what to do. They didn't know when the punch was coming. They didn't know which way to move, because Ali was all over the place. All over the place. And then that beautiful combination where he shuffled and hit Williams with like a 6-7 punch combination. I never seen nothing like that before, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Special.
Yeah, that art is lost, Kurt. Everybody fights flat-footed today. You know why, Kurt? It preserves energy.
Exactly. That's a very good point. Yeah, I seen. Listen, Crawford and Spence are the two best fighters in the sport. They both had lapses on defense. Spence will jump back with both feet off the canvas like he did at Garcia. Cal Brook was hitting Crawford with the jab over and over and over again. And they couldn't get out the way. I mean, that's why when they fight each other, it's going to be a great fight because they both get hit.
Yeah. It preserves energy. Preserves energy. So I truly want to see this fight, Kurt, with Gary Russell and Leo Santa Cruz. Needs to happen. Needs to happen. There's no way that fight shouldn't happen. If this fight don't happen with Gary Russell and Leo Santa Cruz, then I got to start believing Gary is not looking for these fights. He's more focused on training and being there for his brothers. Like, there's no way I can't see this fight happening now. No way. No way. Like, what at this point? Like, what are we looking for? I need to know what is he looking for to make these fights happen. Boss Red 357, brother in Super Chat. Fighters don't run miles anymore. They still run miles. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but it's a lost art, man. That narrative started to come in. All these guys, all they do is run. All these guys do is run. And more, they stand flat-footed.
When you look at old boxing films and the fight is not exciting, but if you look out in the crowd, they never booed when a fighter was moving around the ring. They never booed because they respected the technical part of the sport. They never booed fighters. They booed fighters when they did something dirty, but the crowd never booed. They never did.
Right. Because they understood and appreciated the art.
Exactly. And just like George Foreman said, boxing is like jazz. The better it is, the less it's appreciated.
Yeah. Big Tony, what's going on? You know who moves on their toes? Devin Haney, Kurt.
Yeah, he could move. He could move.
Mm-hmm. But then he's labeled boring.
And he was forced to fight Linares. He didn't have to fight that fight, but you know, fighters don't want to be labeled boring and this and that, you know, so they're forced to, you know, the narratives now, oh, that's boring. We don't want to watch that, and we want to see toe to toe. Listen, I like the knockouts just like the next man. I like a Hagler Hearns or Castillo Corrales fight. It's funny because boxing is, and when it's organic, nobody knows what kind of fight you're going to get. Or brawl just breaks out. You know, my father used to say, "We're going to a boxing match and a fight broke out," meaning it turned into a slugfest.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Only the Funk brother in the super chat dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said, I was saying the same thing about the footwork of these new boxers. Is it more to the puzzle than saving energy like they worried about the outsiders would say, and they will not get any deals? Yeah. It's just like, you remember, Only the Funk, the whole time with Devin Haney, remember they were saying, this is how he needs to fight if he wants to be noticed. When he was fighting Linares on the inside. If you have the commentators misdirecting the fans, telling the fan, he needs to stay in the pocket and you know, up the risk, the percentage of chance of getting hit if he wants to be noticed, if he wants to get big fights. Not like he did against Gamboa. Well, then it's putting pressure on him to stay in the pocket. So you're 1,000% right. Pete Newell, brother in Super Chat, dropping that. Dub on us in the super chat. Stay winning. Salute, great brother. I appreciate you 1,000%. Yep. That's what happens. Hey, Kurt, look who we got in the building, Kurt. Money, MP3, Money Powder third, my brother. MP4 Vids in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. Salute to Blue and Kurt, the chat. Fighters are being forced to stand toe-to-toe. The art of boxing from the old days is fading, which is so sad, Kurt.
Man, first of all, man, I meant to call MP3 back, man. Hey, Money, man, we got to talk. We used to talk all the time, man, and we haven't talked in a while. He did call me, but I was busy. But we'll definitely talk, Money, definitely. But he's right about what he said, man. You know, it's just a different time. And boxing's not the only sport. Basketball has changed. Football has changed. Baseball has changed. It's just the sign of the times. It's 2021. It's different.
Yeah. Hey, Money, when is Money fighting? I think you text me that. Because he called me too and I missed it, Kurt. I think Money got a fight coming up. I think you just told me that. Hopefully they'll have a fight coming up. Hey, Money is special, man. Hey, Kurt, now I can say the fights was over, right? But man, hey, Kurt, I went to I was watching the preparation for Sergey Derevyanchenko when he was preparing for Jamal Charlo. Hey, Kurt, Money was working him in there, man.
Wow.
They was cutting Money time short. They was cutting his time short. He would be in there for 2 rounds and working Sergey, and it was like, next.
Wow. What's Money record now?
What is his record now?
I want to know how many fights he had.
Let me look it up. I used to know it right off the top of my dome. Man, he was working, man. Kurt, he was
getting with him, huh?
He was working. I couldn't say it then because, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But boy, oh boy. Money is 12-1, Kurt.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
12. Okay. He had more fights than I thought. Okay, 12-1. I want him to. Did he ever fight the rematch with the loss? I want him to get that get back.
Yeah, I want him to get that get back too, Kurt. Yeah, Kurt. He was working Sergey, man. My son was like, Dad, if Sergey fight like he fight Money, he gonna lose. I told my son, I said, no, it's just what Money brings to what he brings to the table, man. T Real 713, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. Most analysts feel that way because they're looking for certain fighters to lose. That's a fact.
That's a fact right there.
That's a fact.
Yep. That's a fact. Absolutely. That's dead on. That's why I worry about Shakur Stevenson. He has the wrong style to please Bob and being on that platform. Watch how he's going to have to make a decision about his career. He should be at PBC because that style, I'm telling you, man, Bob is like, man, I don't want this kid.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Kurt, Money said Money wants the rematch with Vaughn Alexander. Yeah, I thought he won that fight, Kurt.
Yeah, that's it. Vaughn Alexander he lost to.
Yeah, I thought
get back, MP.
Yeah. Soldier Boy 911, brother in the super chat. If I'm not mistaken, both Sweet Pea and James Toney could fight off the back foot. Hashtag Philly Cat.
Well, James was good at slipping punches. He was a master at that, and upper body movement. He was the master at that. Probably the best I've seen, man. Slipping punches and parrying punches and tucking his chin. Nobody could do it better like James Toney.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Kurt, Money said Vaughn Alexander got knocked out not too long ago, but he's going to fight again soon. Wow. I just want Money to get his get back. Knock him out again. Calvin Ringo, what's going on? Brian Corbett, what's going on? Twin D, brother in the super chat. I prefer watching a beautiful boxer. Nothing was prettier than the way Floyd boxed Canelo's ears off. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. Because we in love. See, Twin D, that's because we in love with the sport of boxing. So we can appreciate, like Kurt said, it's like jazz. The better it is, the less it gets acknowledged, And man, just watching Canelo and Floyd, man, beautiful thing, man, beautiful. Pete Newell, brother in the super chat, dropping that dub once again on us in the super chat. Blue and Kurt, I've been showing support for almost a year, and we need the pound for pound, new school and old school. What's good? Let's get it. Oh man, you right, bro. Man, I'll be so busy, man. I got so much going on. Michael Johnson about to talk more. What's going on? But I'm gonna get it for. We're gonna have it.
He's been asking for that for a while.
For too long, Kurt. Too long, man. We're gonna get it for you, P. Newell. We're gonna get it for you. We're gonna get it for you, man. I like things to be a certain kind of way, and if I see it's like not that way, it's like I can't go with it, man. I need it to be authentic. Jose Villanueva, what's going on? Elijah Wan, man, what's going on? Yeah, Kurt. So anything else you want to tell him, Kurt, before we get out of here?
No, that's about it, man. I'm just looking forward to the fight on Saturday. Charlo and Castano should be a very good fight. I can't wait. I like Charlo by knockout because I don't like Castano's defense, but we'll get into it as the week rolls along. And hey, we on this boxing talk heavy, man. The community, hardcore boxing fans, man. We don't miss nothing, man. We always on the job, man. So it's always a pleasure.
Hey, Money just dropped a jewel. He said, at Blue and Kurt, anyone can fight, but not everyone can box. They need to let that sink in.
Absolutely. He's right on. Yep. Absolutely. Boxing is a science. It's a brutal, beautiful sport. But, boxing is a thinking man's game. The better you think, the better you perform.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's the thing, Kurt. Everybody wants a slugger. Rock'em sock'em robots.
Yep. And when you box them, they be confused.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just like when power punchers, they get in there with boxers and they struggle, and then everybody's surprised. Man, what's going on here? Everybody capping TV, what's going on? What's going on here, man? Everybody's surprised. because all you saw was power.
Yep. How I'm gonna deal with this? I can't. You know, you didn't teach me how to deal with this. You know, confusion.
It's just like, you know, Mike Tyson. You know, he started getting in with boxers and people that wasn't already hadn't already beat themselves. Soldier Boy 911, have a good night, great brother. They haven't beat themselves, Kurt. It was a tough night for him, Kurt.
Yep, Tokyo, Japan, man, when Buster Douglas boxed the trunks off Mike.
Yep. And we always got a reason, as why he got the trunks boxed off him. Well, it's because he wasn't committed to the fight. You know.
Excuses.
Yeah.
Excuses.
Yep. Hey, Kurt, what's your thoughts about Michael Spinks and his career before we get out of here?
Great light heavyweight, one punch knockout artist. He was awkward. The overhand right was the Spinks jinx. You know, he just wasn't a good heavyweight. It's hard to go from light heavyweight to heavyweight. That's 25 pounds of muscle, or weight 175 to 200. Sadly, he's known for the Mike Tyson knockout, but Michael Spinks is one of the greatest light heavyweights ever. He doesn't get mentioned enough or at all, but he was a dominant light heavyweight. That's the only fight he ever lost. He had a record of 31-1 with 21 knockouts. And the Mike Tyson fight, the knockout rings loudly, but as a light heavyweight, he wasn't a good fighter. He was a great fighter. Great fighter.
Yeah. He was, man. He like you said, Kurt. It's sad, but that's what he was remembered for, the Mike Tyson fight.
And he fought in division where you had killers in the light heavyweight division, man. And that fight was when he beat Kwawi for the title. Well, he already had his title. He beat Kwawi for his title. But Michael Spinks was great, man. Knockout artist, man. Knockout artist.
Where you rank him all time, Kurt?
Top 5 light heavyweights for sure. Him, Bob Foster, Ezra Charles, Archie Moore. Who else on slide up in there? I got to think about the 5th one, but he was up in there. He was top 5 without a doubt. He could be anybody because he was so awkward. He was very awkward.
What you thinking about him and Evander Holyfield?
Holyfield was bigger because Holyfield was a cruiserweight. I would say Holyfield because Holyfield was special. Holyfield was special as a cruiserweight. You know, cruiserweight division came in late 79, so it doesn't have a history like the light heavyweight champion division, which came in 1903. But Holyfield was a bigger man, but he was special too. Plus, he was bigger. Holyfield was almost unbeatable as a cruiserweight. And when people say, "Oh, I think Usyk would have beat Holyfield," I said, "Are you kidding me? He would knock Usyk out in 5 or 6 rounds, easy."
That's what I believe too. But let's get on out of here, Kurt, man. Go ahead and close us out.
Man, we on this Boxing Talk Heavy. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the questions. I've seen a couple of questions. One before I close out, I told people in England would choke, and the big spot in the Euro Cup, I told you they were going to choke. They choked. You know, they haven't won anything since 1966. Not against England, but I thought Italy would won because they have the bigger heart. And England has a lot of talent over the past 50 years, but haven't won nothing since the year I was born. But that's soccer. But anyway, you know, thank you for the super chats. Thank you, people, for your time. Great show, Blue. We will be back tomorrow. My name is Curtis Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow us on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share the videos. That's all we got for y'all. Peace.
Peace.